The following program is hosted by immature, irreverent, obnoxious, and often disgusting young men. Listener discretion is advised.
This time on Nude Clan, we are no longer powered by electricity. We are steam-powered motherfuckers. Since I can't say anything Joe types, I may as well announce my undying love for his cock.
Shall we play a game?
Player to another. Dark soul light. Turn on the TV, pick up the controller and play some games with the new clan.
Welcome to another episode of Nude Clan. Yeah, you can't do it. I am Joe.
I am Caleb Craig.
This is Cameron.
Caleb Schweiss.
And today we're going to be doing an ode to Steam.
Ooh, oh, man.
The wonderful computer / Steambox platform that we all know and
Rate
love.
the deals you offer and
Yes.
how rape you offer my wallet.
Yeah, that's true.
What?
It rapes your wallet, man.
It rapes your wallet?
Yeah,
You know
Gabe Newell comes to your house and then just fucks your
didn't
wallet.
you see that movie where that little clip where the guy he's like thrown on the floor and then his wallet's magically extracted from his back pocket and it slams in the computer and it is his email's just like, thank you for buying from Steam.
It's like, thank
and
you
then
for
it
your
zooms
purchase.
in on Gabe's face, just like, no, Gabe, no, and he's just like zooms in menacingly to Gabe's smiling mug.
It's a pretty great GIF. I don't know if that comes from a video or what, but
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
It's very true because that's exactly what happens every time.
So, yeah, we're going to talk about Steam a little bit, and before we get to that, though, what's everybody been playing?
Oh, some stuff and some things. I've been playing some Overwatch.
Oh, that was good. Yeah, move on. Let's move on from that. That's good.
Yeah.
That's it for the show today, guys. Stuff and things happened.
I personally am glad that he's sparing us.
Yeah.
That might just be me.
What was that
Yeah,
fuckface of a game that you couldn't play earlier today?
I Am Bread. Dude, I tried for like another half hour after that stream like randomly ended because it cut off to like
that's what
get
happens.
the fucking piece of toast, the bread into the toaster, and I just fucking couldn't. That fucking toaster.
You bought I
is-
Am Bread?
It was like $3. and I wanted to play it.
Fuck.
It's ridiculous though. Like it's fun, but it's like I couldn't get the fucking piece of bread in the fucking toaster.
So when I was watching him play, he was struggling so hard to get this piece of bread from the counter on top of the fridge.
I'd like to see you play it, bitch.
And he was sitting there, his bread keeps flopping back down because it's a fucking piece of bread. I don't even know how it's doing half of this. But the funny thing is, he finally gets it, like after 10 minutes of struggling, he gets it on top of the fridge. And he's scooting along the top of the fridge. There's maybe like 3 inches of space from the edge of the counter space, like on top of the fridge.
Yeah.
And he keeps getting closer and closer to the edge of the fridge. And he's like, no, what's happening? And as soon as he gets way too far off, the fucking freezer door swings open. And he just launches his piece of bread straight to the floor. And he has to start all over again. It was great. If
it's fucking bullshit.
If you wanted some good Caleb frustrated sounds, you should have watched that stream.
Oh, I'll pull it for sure. Throw it on the highlight reel.
Yeah, so I played I Am Bread today. I've been playing some A Boy and His Blob, some Overwatch, some Destiny, and I think that's all I've been. Oh, and some Doom. I've been playing the new Doom.
Nice.
Yeah, we're going to talk about Doom here soon.
Yeah.
Cameron?
I have been playing some Rocksmith, of course, and I have been playing, I think I played a little bit. I mean, this is actually 2 weeks for me. Sorry, guys, catching up. I've been playing some Fallout 4. Haven't been playing very much of that lately, but I did try out Doom as soon as I
Got it.
did get it and download it. Oh, also, and a side note to that, I replayed some War Thunder.
Oh, yeah?
I really do love that game. It's kind of hard to play on the PS4. I'd rather play it on the computer, but you guys should seriously try it. I actually found this one guy who's playing it, and we started talking about it, how much fun it is, because none of his friends want to play it either. But he has 13 plats, so you can trust his
You
opinion.
said War Thunder?
Yeah, War Thunder.
There's a coworker of mine who's begged me to play that game.
Please, Joe.
No!
Play this game. It is a really fun, exciting game.
We seem to be having computer errors. I don't know if you can.
not
hear
an
it.
error.
Game, and it's a game that my little Surface Pro 3 can handle. So I'm going to re-download it. I've already downloaded it on Caleb's computer, and he's since then ignored it. But we need to play this game. I have so much fun playing it.
Okay.
It's a little pay to win if you really get into it, but it doesn't matter because it classes you against people with your same plane type. So you're only against people who are your level. But if you want to get the best planes faster, you can
Wait.
spend
So
money.
explain this game to me. What kind of game is it?
Okay, so it is an arcade or realistic flight/tank simulator.
That's what it is? I thought it was like some kind of bullshit strategy game or something.
No, it's not. It's
Oh.
so you start out. You get to pick your nationality to start out with, and then if you like, the reason I started playing it was because of the aviation portion of it, because I like flight games. So you
But can't afford Flight Simulator.
exactly. But then it has that World War II/Vietnam War aspect to it, so it's a lot of fun. So you pick your starting country, and each country kind of has a different thing that they're better at.
Wait, World War II or Vietnam?
I feel like
Because,
if you
listen.
pick the Japanese, you just like automatically fail.
No, you don't. I mean, because the Japanese actually have really fucking fast planes. But see, the difference
just blow
is
up,
because
though?
it goes from basically World War I type planes. Actually, it's like World War I. It's like World War I to like early Vietnam, because you go from
you get the
prop
gamut,
planes
though. You get the
and
whole
you go
range.
all the way up to
Okay.
jets. And so the point is, you pick a country to start out with, and you start playing around with their low end planes. You're doing real battles, or you're doing online matches against people, and the dogfights get serious. And then the whole time you're earning like points and rewards and stuff for doing well. And if you keep coming back, it gives you more and more rewards, like you earn experience faster. And then you use that experience to research your planes and get better parts of your planes. And you're building a tree all the way down the invention or upgrade line for that tree, all the way up until you're in the jet era.
Sweet.
And the same thing with tanks. You start out with these crappy tanks, and the same thing, you're upgrading all the way down the tank line. And so we should try it, all level ones, and then it's just a lot of fun when you really get into those plane battles and you're just fucking like on someone's tail, and then someone comes up behind you and you're shooting you too. Be like, you can't let go of this kill in front of you.
Can you get a blimp?
Bullshit.
But the one thing I don't like is you can play it on the PS4, and they mix PS4 and computer players together in the same matchmaking.
Oh, sweet. That's cool.
It
That needs
allows you to
happen
have more people, but if you don't have a mouse and keyboard, you are fucked in this game.
Good.
The way my coworker plays it, he plays it on the PS4.
But with a PS4, you can just hook up a mouse and keyboard anyway,
Yeah, that's true.
and so you can have that.
what have you been playing?
Well, I played a little bit of Doom as well. I downloaded it for my PC because it was on sale for $35 on Steam.
How
You betrayed us for
fucking
no
dare you.
reason.
We were going to have lots of fun matchmaking that game.
No, we weren't. The online's not supposed to be
I
that
could
great.
serve you like I
Did
served
you try that
Destiny.
multiplayer?
No,
it was
I haven't
kind of
yet.
weird when I tried it today.
I haven't, but I've heard very mixed reviews. I enjoyed it, but I only wanted to play a touch of it because I still wanted to be able to play Doom 3, which I've also been playing. I want to finish that up to prepare for Doom.
Just a quick question on that. When you were setting the light levels for your Doom game, where it says, okay, this should barely be visible,
Yeah.
and then you started playing it, was it like unnecessarily dark?
There's a third window that starts off black. There's like
Yeah.
one window, and then another window, because I kept doing it too, and I was like, this is
Okay,
too
because
dark.
that makes sense. Because I'm getting there, and like, all I can see are these fucking glowing eyes, and when they turn around and run away, I can't see them. And so this first level, I kept just fucking dying because I couldn't see what I was shooting at.
Yeah, it's
And so I went in and just upped the lighting a little bit, and I'm going through it because of course I'm on Hurt Me Plenty.
Whenever I see those light things like move, I always go a little bit higher on the light.
I do
No, but
too,
the thing
yeah.
is it started out with the default, the third one you couldn't even see, so I thought it was just the two. And then
Exactly.
I
That
messed
was
with
me.
it. I messed with
told
it.
me what it
'cause-
was.
Yeah, I messed with it because the middle one, when I made it barely visible, it was like barely. I could barely see it, and I was like, no.
And the first part with the red lights on and everything, it's just like I'm just swimming through a pit. It was so bad that after I killed the first imp, how it comes down the ceiling and shows it off to you. I killed it, and then I was stuck because I didn't know there's a fucking door right to the left. I kept walking around. I'm like, am I supposed to break the window? Am I supposed to go back? Because
Oh
I
my
couldn't see the
God.
doorway because it was too dark.
That's the setting you're supposed to play it on, apparently.
Yeah, apparently.
The way you get lost even more.
Find your way through hell.
And then I'm like, I'm going through Mars. I'm like, man, I thought Mars would be so much brighter than this. It's like a real dusky sunset red everywhere.
Nice. Yeah, so I have been playing a little bit of Rocksmith, not as much. I have not been keeping up on it. Been busy
When is
working
the challenge
on
over? When is the challenge over?
end of July, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Step it up. I think it's time to introduce whatever song you guys are playing.
Yeah. What song?
Did you buy the Megadeth
No, I
pack?
have not spent any money on it more than necessary.
You should do the Megadeth pack.
Yeah, we should do Hangar 18. It's like $8.
Well, yeah, Hangar 18.
Couldn't we just do our challenge for Blitzkrieg Pop?
I already 100%.
No. Blitzkrieg Bob. It's 4 chords. You can do Blitzkrieg Bob
I
in
know,
like a
I
day.
Hangar 18 though. It's just how much? $8.
For like 4 songs.
It's $8 for 4 songs. Cameron, do the Hangar 18, and here's why. What you guys are going to do is live on Nude Clan. We're going to take the sound through. We're going to have you guys play, and we're going to hide the percentages from both of you. Okay? So only you will know what your percentage is, but the other guy won't.
No. What? So we can't see
And
our own
we'll announce
percentages,
the
though.
winner at the
What
end.
if we can't even see our own percentage?
Well, you have to.
you have to see the screen.
Or
don't you?
what if we can only
No,
see
yeah,
each other's percentage?
no, you, Cameron, you will not be able to see Kayla's percentage until we announce
How
it.
are we going to do it? Are we going to do
Caleb,
it
we won't see yours.
in practice mode where we can play the whole song at full speed?
You're going to have to play the whole song at full speed.
Okay, well, we're not going to get up to that point unless we are good at the
That
song.
is fucking
Unless we do.
sick. So yeah, it has to be in practice mode because that's the only way you can play it full.
Yeah,
difficulty,
we're not
full
gonna be able to just play it.
You can set difficulty.
speed. Can you imagine though?
You
I
can
played
set
backcountry full
difficulty
speed,
so
and
that
it's
if you
just
set a
fucking sick.
difficulty, that's what the difficulty is now in the song. It's a separate thing within the menu, and I can do it.
Oh, okay.
So practice Hangar 18. Okay.
Practice the shit out of it.
I do have like 60% in that Deftones song too. I'm actually pretty good at that one.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's really fast.
But
though.
now it's only Hangar 18 from now on.
Yeah.
Well, what I'm
You're gonna
suggesting
hate that
is still
song.
play, but then play Hangar 18 on top of it.
Yeah, I've been way too busy to play. Working on top secret.
Oh, you mean the new website for Nude Clan?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's not just for Nude Clan though.
top secret. Shh.
top
that part
secret.
was top secret. Jesus, Caleb.
We told him we were working
God
on a
damn
new
it,
site.
man.
I was sort of picking up what you were putting down.
Yeah. Should have just left it be.
Okay, fine. Well, the announcement is that we will have within the next couple weeks, maybe even sooner than that. It depends on how things go in the next couple days. We will have a brand new, much faster website.
Oh, yes.
For all of our shows.
Everything all in one.
Better
and it's
coloring
beautiful.
too.
Depends on your taste.
I think it looks cleaner.
I think it looks cleaner and a lot less MySpacey.
Yeah, cleaner. You're right, but it's less themed.
Exactly.
we had to take down Joe's Evanescence song that auto-cued. Get it in there.
And then you click on his My Biography page and Toxic Love starts playing.
Oh God.
So, I mean, other than that, I don't think we played Age of Empires. We played that last week, didn't we?
Yeah.
Oh man, I wanted to join with you guys.
Oh, fuck. I don't think I've played anything else. It's just been Doom 3, Rocksmith. Oh, no, Destroy All Humans. I played that 5 hours of it yesterday.
Oh, nice.
I'm almost done.
I just
So-
barely got that ship today.
Was it on Xbox or Xbox 360?
Xbox 360, I have it on.
Especially
A better version.
Sorry,
better
little
version.
aneurysm going on here, but
Aneurysm.
Yeah, so far the game's kind of fun. The combat
kind of fun.
system's
It was
good.
awesome. What I remember.
And it's made by the same guys who did the Battlefront 1 and Battlefront 2 games.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, it's got some good stuff. What about you, Joe? What have you been playing?
This week I have played much Final Fantasy X-2 Last Mission.
Yeah, I've been seeing you on that.
And as soon as I got a little taste of your Doom on PC, I went and bought the PS4 version of it.
Okay.
Unfortunately,
Okay. I am so fucking mad.
Did it went on
Because-
sale?
Yes, because I was talking to Caleb on the phone. Hey, Caleb, what version did you buy? And Caleb was like, "Oh, I just bought the normal version." I'm like, "Okay, well, I'll just have to settle with the $60 version." Then the very
I
next
told
fucking
both
day,
of you guys to get it on fucking Amazon.
Cameron, I bought it that night as well.
You bought it the same day as I bought it.
Yeah.
So we both just paid 60
Yeah.
fucking
And
dollars
then-
for a
yeah,
game
that's
that's
right.
$35.
And
It was
I
the
got
same day.
I got a call the next morning with Caleb, and he's like, "Dude, did you see the Doom's only $35? You're gonna get it?" And I'm like,
What? I'm seriously.
I
I,
just
was
bought
like,
it last
can
night
I
for
return
60?
this digital copy and then rebuy it under sale?
I bought it physical. I got the thing I got with it, I got some multiplayer packs because I bought it at Walmart. And I also got my sticker, my controller is now decked out with a Doom overlay now.
no.
Nice.
oh, that's worth the extra 25, right?
No, it's not. It's really not.
I was like,
That's
I just felt
priceless.
sick. I'm like, dude, come on.
That's why I bought it on the computer. I was like,
That's $25 I could have spent on Hangar 18.
No, that's $25
like-
bucks I would keep.
So
Count my shekels.
I think it's time for the hog. What do you guys think?
It's
think
time
so?
for the hog.
Ah, such a satisfying noise.
All right. So hog this week. Did anybody beat a game?
Nope.
Nope.
I did not.
I did not either. Okay. So hog.
If we
Hog
were
is
doing
the
this
same.
on the normal day, the answer would be, oh, yes.
Oh, okay, Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we are recording early, aren't we?
Yeah.
Are we
We
gonna
are
put this
recording
episode
early.
out? Whatever. We'll figure that out
Why
later.
are we recording early? I never got that memo.
Caleb.
What is it, Caleb?
Stuff.
Caleb has stuff, just
Yeah.
like you had stuff last
See,
Saturday.
but when I request to record early, it's no, you're just going to miss the episode. But when Caleb requests to record early, we all get out here as fast as we can.
Well, that was a review episode. That's different.
How? Because you
Just
guys went
accept
to
it,
last
Cam
minute
Cam.
to beat the game.
That's all you got to do. is
What game
just
was
accept
it?
It wasn't Heavy Rain.
No.
It was.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, so we didn't beat any games this week. So the hog status stands at Caleb Craig at 16, Caleb Schweiss at 14, I'm at 10, and Cameron is at 6.
So how do we count Rocksmith as beat?
You can't Rocksmith
After
as
the-
beat after you play all the songs.
Oh, I already beat
Play
it then.
all the songs or do decently well on all the songs?
I think you should.
I thought you said after their challenge that they could consider a beat.
Oh, 60-day challenge. That's right.
But what
We
happens
did
if you
decide
don't
on
keep
that.
up on the 60-day? But then you still win the contest at the end. So
There
it's
are
like-
certain trophies that seem like you got to have over 100% on 5 songs.
Yeah.
I think maybe we should just count that over 100%
jeez.
on 5 songs and then the whole thing.
Okay. Well, I've got one, and I'm working on the second hardest song or easiest song.
Oh, the Weezer song should be pretty easy
I'm
on there.
That's not Weezer.
Not
That's Radiohead.
Weezer.
Sorry. Which one was it?
That unfortunately, there's a different Radiohead song on there, and it's way shittier than that one.
Oh.
I fucking hate it. It's like 8 minutes of bullshit.
8 minutes.
It's like 6.5, but it's so annoying. It's mostly just silence. Like, I'm like, fuck this, man.
That should be easy to play then.
I fucking hate that band. I fucking hate them. I think they're shit.
So, guys, we are recording early today, so you guys get, until Monday, I would say, to give us your hog status numbers. So far, I've got 3 in, and then me and Caleb have filled out the hog status form.
Yes.
I'm incomplete filling it out, but I will probably just announce those numbers.
Who's winning out of you two?
Caleb Craig is winning.
Are you kidding me?
It is a brutal
It is,
smackdown.
His comic book collection is
Are you kidding me? Like,
sick.
none of us stand a chance against the Hog Supreme right here.
I am the Hog
Stop
Supreme.
calling him that.
Hog
You're
Supreme.
enabling it.
He just like
He's the super hog.
he's the super like
We don't know about
We just,
hog. We don't know the last level of hog yet.
It's
We don't
still
know it.
unknown, yeah.
Yeah.
It has yet to be discovered. in
Then
the
I have yet to
technology
count
tree.
up my books. And so hopefully I'll be a little closer.
How many books do you think you've read so far this year?
Read?
Yeah.
I've read 13.
Okay.
I've read one.
I've kept up on Twitter.
fucking
it says
sad.
book 13 out of 25.
Though you do get to listen to them. I think that does make all the difference.
What is this?
I don't listen to all of them.
You listen to most of them, though.
Most?
I think so.
He's only listened to like half of them.
Yeah, maybe.
Because I think
That's still
I'm
like
at
6.
Yeah.
I've only read one.
12.
I've read 6 then.
There. 6. He's read 6
Yeah,
books.
I'm not counting that.
You know what?
On the
Children
books.
get stories read to them,
I'm
Joe.
counting that as
Children.
I'm counting that as
We've already gone over this.
There are 2 different sections in the Hog, one of which is for reading and one of which is for listening.
All right. All right.
One of each is for listening.
I have read about 1,300 pages worth, and I counted those motherfuckers.
What kind of print? 12 times Roman, single spacing. Or bust. I'm just kidding.
Oh, fuck you. That's not what we're going after.
Oh my god.
All right. Since you've read them, I guess the...
Yeah, and you said the same shit last year when I had
I still believe
read
it.
7 books.
I still believe it. You didn't
and
read.
and you had read 0.
You didn't read 7 books. You had some of them read to you like a child.
You're right.
At bed.
Fuck you, man. I got work. And that's what I do at work is I listen to those.
Mister who's read one book the whole fucking
so,
year.
Guess you can't fucking talk. How about the illiterate man?
Oh, I'm very literate.
Hey, Caleb, read this off this sheet of paper. Oh, I forgot. You can't. You can't fucking read the words.
Yeah, well, maybe I'll just have it read for me.
right.
It counts. Same thing.
Guys, give us your hog
my
status, and if you're up to it, give us your super hog status points. And I'll announce them when we record the episode. We are going to be recording the episode early next week on like Tuesday. So
Yeah, this is because of the epic hog trip.
yes, epic hog trip. There will be exercise involved, and we will be able to count that on our exercise minutes.
Could we
for super hog.
mount a hog statue as Caleb's hood ornament as he drives towards the hog mountain?
You gotta have a hog statue first.
Crinital make us one.
Crinital can't make us one.
Yes, he can.
No, he doesn't work at the police.
Oh, he doesn't. Oh, Crinital, how dare you? I was counting on
You
it.
betrayed Cam
You're gonna make it
Cam.
out of solid gold.
Out of solid gold.
All right. We're gonna move on. Let's talk about
So,
Steam. Steam was created by Valve Corporation in 2002 as like part of they were trying to patch their game Counter-Strike, and they wanted to create a way that the game Counter-Strike wouldn't be down for like 2 weeks while they tried to patch the game.
Yeah.
And I guess their way of doing this was creating a sort of program that people could download where it was like the game was part of the program, and thus you got all the updates there, and everything was kind of really self-contained. Perfectly well done there. Eventually, though, they started adding a little bit more, like putting more of their games on there, like Half-Life and eventually Half-Life 2. And in 2005, I think it was 2005 or 2004, it became a thing. Like, suddenly it was like, this is going to be where we put our games out to the public, and they can just download them here. And so they created they created Steam, the program, and announced it in 2005. I'm not sure if it was well received at the time. Most of the games in 2005, and I think we can all attest to this, even PC games, they weren't really downloadable games most of the time. They were
CD-ROM.
they were mostly you had to go to the store and get them on a CD-ROM, which is unfortunate, frankly. Now, I remember when GameStop had a PC section.
Yeah,
you
I
know?
do, yeah.
They still do. It's
It's
just tiny.
Yeah, very small.
Oh, but
And you know
could
what
have
most of it
used
is?
PC games.
See, and I'll tell you guys
yeah.
this story too, because I went and bought a physical copy of Battlefield 4 for my PC when I had one, and all it did was open up the download page, and you downloaded
Yep,
the game
in Origin. Yeah. So I bought 3, and then I was like,
hate when I
I'm
do
done
that.
buying
There's
PC now.
no point.
Anyway, so it was what it's become since then is it slowly gained more and more momentum, more and more popularity. Now most gamers have Steam on their computer, right? Most gamers have that.
I would assume so.
Because it's like a required purchase. If you're going to play anything on the computer, you have to have Steam.
Yeah.
If you go to Walmart right now, there is a small shelf of PC games, and they're mostly Blizzard games, which is still bizarre to me that Blizzard doesn't sell on Steam. But that's what you have at Walmart. You have the Blizzard games, and then old people can buy their slot games as well.
The slot machine games.
Yeah, the Vegas packs or
Oh,
their
no, it's
their
so
little
dumb.
mystery games
The
or
card
whatever.
games and
you can
shit,
get them
yeah.
for $10 and you get like 1 million games with them, right? So that's basically what it's become. And Steam itself, Valve has been pushing this platform this whole time. And now it's just the hub for everything. And now, of course, we get these summer sales that we're so
Summer sales and humble bundles.
so
just-
fucking happy about. So I want to know from you guys sort of how you got introduced to Steam and what PC gaming was before Steam that you remember. Because we're younger here, so it's not like we were in the 80s, like with the PC games. Pretty much after I graduated from high school, Steam was becoming the thing. Caleb.
My experience with Steam is I had to make a Steam account to play Portal 2 on the PS3. I had no idea what the fuck Steam was. And this was only like a few years ago, like when we went to
that wasn't that long ago.
St. George.
That was 2010.
2010? Yeah,
Yeah,
so that 6 years ago, didn't know what the fuck Steam was. The only really PC gaming that I had done before that was mostly just stuff on discs, like we just mentioned, like Diablo. I played that one, and Chex Quest, which came in the fucking cereal box, which I've mentioned a couple times. But yeah, that's literally all I had played was either stuff like that or little games on the websites.
So, at what point did you decide to? Well, we'll go on from there. I'll ask you that question later, Cameron.
So I was trying to think of my first thing, but his Chex Mex reminded me that way back in the day, Chex Quest. Way back in the day, I got another game from a cereal box. It was the game Clue. And then-
the Clue game. I remember
the
that
Clue
one
game,
too.
and I remember being able to set to be in the computer versus computer for all of them, and just sit there and watch the computer play against itself.
I'm gonna beat you.
And then I guess as time went on, my family never had an awesome PC that could play video games. I mean, there was the pinball machine that you would, play on certain computers, and then sometimes I would go the little pinball machine, like the Space Arcade.
Yeah.
Oh, the one that was in the
Space pinball.
Windows?
Yeah.
And then,
that.
and
Love
then
that game.
And
Me
then
too.
later,
Which Windows was this?
this is like Windows Vista.
Yeah, it was either.
Oh, that
It was-
wasn't that long ago. Then.
No, I think it
Okay.
was XP.
Oh yeah, XP.
It was
It
XP.
was on XP.
It had a pinball game installed.
I had
with it.
Windows 98 forever.
Oh my god!
So when I hear games, it was pretty much just free cell and backgammon.
Yeah, you get damn good at those.
But then when I was like
Solitaire.
early middle school age, I'd walk home to the walk from home. I mean, from school to the library, and then I would do some homework there. But then I would play RuneScape.
nice.
And I had a little business going on there, but then my first interaction with Steam was just watching you guys play, and when I finally got my computer, I downloaded Steam and a whole bunch of games. So it was like, everyone's using it, so I'm going to use it too.
Yeah, I have a similar sort of thing with that. I am the most recent Steam convert, I would say, in the room here. Now, I always played PC games mostly because my parents didn't let me have console games, and then when I got
Which
consoles,
is weird.
they were always a generation behind. So
That's about for me too.
the games that I spent a lot of time in were the cheap PC games, as kind of the PC market was sort of falling.
Yeah.
Now, at one point, I'm not sure what game it was. I want to say when Final Fantasy VIII came on Steam, I probably got it, or
you did, yeah.
yeah, or Civilization 5 or something like that.
I think you bought 8 first. That was like when you had 5 games on Steam.
All right. Well, I'm not sure what my first game was then. But eventually, like, you guys obviously were the ones to convince me that I needed to download Steam and download the games through Steam. I think there was a part of me that was like, what do you mean? You don't have to go to Amazon or go to the game store and go get a disc? And like,
No,
Just
dude,
download.
downloadable games.
Not
is
for
where it's
99
at.
cents, you don't.
Downloadable
that.
games is where it's at. You download,
Yeah.
you buy the game, just set it to download while you're sleeping, and there it is in the morning, ready to go.
yeah, I just it was kind of a big eye-opening thing that like this is becoming what PC gaming is. I mean, besides Blizzard, of course, once again.
Yeah.
They're the
In
sticklers.
certain Origin games.
They're
The Origin
they're
has their
cut
own
above.
version that's not too good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that's how I got into Steam. But Caleb Schweiss, I would say that you probably have the longest history with Steam. You want to
Well,
get into your PC gaming pre-Steam? And
Craig actually has had his Steam account longer, but I have just been the forefront at trying to push us to the PC. And also,
to the audience, what do you mean by push us to the PC?
well, there was a time where I got really tired of consoles, and I was like, God, this is it. Like, it's so inferior in so many ways. I can just build a PC for like $2,000, just whatever, and
Like whatever, 4 times the price of a
Walking around money.
yeah,
console.
But it's better than the PS4, and I built it 4 years ago. It's sick.
So you
it's
built-
a
so-
fucking monster.
Yeah, but
you
it's
built it
also
4
like
years ago, and it
4
barely-
times the cost.
Yeah.
Yeah,
True.
4 years of buying
But-
a console each year.
And you already have to start updating the features to be cutting edge again.
Only one thing. It's like a $500 increase.
That's only a fucking price of another PS4.
That's
guys.
that's only the price of another PS4. And
It'll be good for
twice as
another
good.
4 years, half the console life. Yeah, it's great.
Well, no, console life is dying, I think. I think with these new advancements that they're doing, console generations are going to be way shorter.
That's
No,
making
but
me
one
sad.
thing that's
Yeah.
really just so sexy about computer gaming is just the look and feel. I mean, it's like a cut above, just console.
Oh, yeah,
gaming.
Not if you had Windows 98, but go ahead.
Yeah, no. So if you have a modern computer, and then you start playing like games like Battlefield 4 on just Ultra.
Oh, yeah. It looks fucking
just-
million times better
it's
than
so good.
the PS4. It's like the grass looks really good. It looks like ass on the PS4.
Yeah,
It's like just a
G
color.
out.
Yeah. They took the grains, each individual movement of the grass blades. Like, what cheap fucks, No, but I got into it because I wanted to play League of Legends with my buddy Christian. And I was like, I want a computer that
you
can
get
play
that
you bought a
this.
shit
computer
laptop.
that could
Yeah.
destroy League of Legends.
Yeah, and then that's what I did. But before that, the first games I played, there were always the free games, the free cell, the hearts that I thought I was super good at until I one day realized that you're supposed to have low points. And then I got actually good at it.
Good.
I'm trashing these clowns. But I was like 9.
Can you imagine,
Okay,
like playing golf that way, dude? I scored so much higher than you guys.
I'm the best golfer in the fucking world. No,
You got a hole in one.
Yeah.
but it's stuff like that I started out with. I played a shitload of Age of Empires when I was in junior high and middle school, like hundreds of hours probably. I fucking loved it. I got into other RTSs, but never quite as much. And for a long time, I was just kind of jumping around from my computer to my console. But the issue was the computer I had at home also wasn't that great. So I couldn't get the new PS2 games for the PC. Like, that just wasn't going to happen. And eventually, I moved on to play a couple MMOs. I did play RuneScape when I was in high school, junior high and high school.
Yeah.
Free online PC games. Caleb and I got really into those, like that Motherload game, the one where you drill into the earth and collect the gems.
Fucking Flash games, dude.
Oh, dude.
And then The Last Stand, too. Oh,
Yeah,
my gosh.
I have beaten Motherload so many times that I have to go up to the top 12 to 15 times to kill the end boss. It's fucked up. So tons of that, and then I finally was like, all right, well, I want a computer that's not going to run League of Legends at 20 frames a second on a good day on low ass settings. And so I went over to my buddy Christian's house and I was like, look, I got a bunch of money right now and I want to blow it. I was like, show me your computer parts list.
In the middle of the recession.
Yeah. Show me your computer parts list, and I'm going to do more than that. I'm going to take the base, and then I'm going to go one step ahead. And then I did. I just got everything better than his, and spent a lot of money on it. But yeah, I've loved it ever since. There was a time where I bought 25 games on Steam, and it was $24. Prince of Persia games. Joe just the other day bought the Valve pack. I was thinking about it.
Dude, it's huge. There's so much shit on that pack.
Yeah, it's like $30 and you get all the Valve games.
It's amazing.
It's nuts. The Steam is just phenomenal, especially for older games. That's my favorite part about Steam is buying older stuff on it. I'll buy older stuff on it, and then I'll buy stuff that's on sale on it. As far as new games go, the only time I've ever done it is when Caleb convinced me to buy Dead Rising 3 on there. We played it for like 2 hours, which I'm glad
played
for.
it a little bit more.
I think it's like 4, dude. And I spent $60 fucking on it, so we need to play that shit.
We do.
But for the most part, I just pick up bargains on it, and it works out great. I mean, there's so many good deals. The sales are awesome. The little cards I'm like in love with. The idea of not only the fact that they make like, dude, I looked at it and they sold, I think, $86 worth of one summer sale card in an hour. $86 fucking dollars for a card that doesn't
Digital
exist.
card.
That they made.
Yeah.
They made and gave out, and they're getting money from you selling the fucking thing. It's insane.
And people sell them for like 6 cents.
Yeah, and Steam
So
packs on 2
$86
cents.
is ridiculous.
Yeah, Steam only gets 2 cents of that too. We're talking 2 cents each card sale, and they're making $86 on one card. I looked at the other day, and that's just 1 hour. There's fucking 24 of them. And imagine when it gets closer to the end and everyone's like pouring on the things out to get them taken care of. So, I don't know. I think it's a really impressive platform. I think its user interface is really good. I mean, I love being able to just shift tab and go onto my chat menu, talk to people. There's in-game
Send
chat.
me YouTube links to listen to while we play.
Yeah. There's in-game chat that I normally don't use. I like my VoIP stuff more, but there is an option for that. And sometimes it's a pain in the ass to turn that off and actually use your TeamSpeak again. But overall, I think it's just great. I've loved it for years.
So, you guys, do we miss the old days of PC though? I mean, obviously, we didn't experience that much of it. Do we miss going to the store and getting the physical copy and then installing the damn thing? Cameron is shaking his head
For
no.
PC, no. Like, what you have now is so much better. I mean, some of the classic games are still fun to play, but you can still play them. It's not like you can't play them anymore. And just how it currently works is awesome.
Some of them you can't play, even if you have the disc. Like the upgraded Windows is like, no, you have to have like a shittier version of this thing in order to run this game.
There's
And
ways to
that's-
take care of that.
I know there's ways to take care of that,
Dude,
but they
you
should
can-
still like do
You
something
can
so that those still
download
work.
an older version of Windows to emulate on your desktop.
Well, you can do that, or you can mess with the settings and play
Yeah.
old stuff too.
Mess with the settings, go in compatibility mode, and then look at patches for the games for newer Windows.
Yeah, there's a lot of games that you'll be fine.
We had
Like,
to do that for Diablo.
Yeah,
It was kind of a pain, admittedly,
It
but
was.
we couldn't take care of it.
Yeah, and stuff like Diablo isn't even like fucking available anymore unless you have
Well,
a physical copy because
that's-
you can't buy the download for it on Blizzard.
That's not because of downloads though. That's because the Sierra has the rights to the first game, and Sierra is fucking retarded as far as I can tell.
Sierra has a ton of games they should release on Steam, frankly.
Yeah, they do.
Ton
They
of old
have
games.
they have some goodies back then.
Yeah, they've had PC gaming for like since the mid 80s.
I know. I loved those like treasure games
King's
back
Quest.
in the day. Yeah, King's Quest, Queen's Quest.
and don't forget like that Raptor Jetpack game, that Bugs Life game.
Oh,
whatever
yeah.
it's called. Oh,
Those are
man.
Mac though,
Those
but still.
are back in the Mac Lab days.
Yeah, when Mac was like awesome.
Something else that Steam has opened up, though, indie gaming on Steam. I mean, indie gaming on the consoles is good,
Yeah.
but indie gaming on Steam is like something else.
Yeah, there's beta that you can buy full game price for to support them. There's all sorts of shit. They have their Greenlight program where you get to vote on games, looking at their looking at the videos that they put up and the content.
Yeah, adding and then the ones that win get added to Steam.
Yeah, and they basically get Steam support. You can buy them. It's insane.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's absolutely incredible.
They also have the early access stuff, which is like
It's a double-edged sword.
It's a double-edged sword because there was like trouble with apparently like there's a dinosaur game. I guess they got like a shitload of people like buying it, and they pulled out and they didn't update the game whatsoever. They just kind of got the money and ran.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
And
there's
so
nothing
Steam
you can
had to
do.
like refund everybody because of that shit.
Yikes!
Yeah.
Well, that's going to happen though. I think that must be part of their user agreement though, is that if you're willing to support this indie game, you must be willing to also lose money.
No, okay. So basically, what the thing is that the
Which
person
I think is a
making
warning I've seen.
Yeah, the person making the game is supposed to keep the people who pay for it updated. So, like, they always have updates. Somebody always knows what's going on with the game, what they're doing with it, like, you know, just stuff. And they didn't update it for, like, a couple months. And then they were just like, nah, it's not going to be made anymore.
Yeah,
So-
it seems kind of like the same sort of risk as a crowdfunding game. You know, you can throw a ton of money into crowdfunding and they could just disappear. And there's really no legal recourse for it.
Yeah.
Like, you can't really get your money back. It's a really fucked up gray area of law as far as those things go.
Yeah.
'Cause-
Speaking of crowdfunding now,
yeah.
and that game Rust that we played like a shitload of, like
Yeah.
that's been in like development for fucking ever. Is that even out of early access?
I don't know.
Because we've had that for a
Cody
couple of
is still
years.
playing
Cody's playing
Cody
the
plays
shit
it.
out of
Oh, I
it.
know
People
he
still play the
is.
shit out of it. That and like DayZ, stuff like that.
It's still fun though. I think
Yeah,
Rust
it's
is
still a
great.
fun game, but like they had to like remake everything in that game, and I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, so when is this going to be a game? Because like I paid for it, and that was like 2 years ago.
It was a while, yeah.
yeah.
See, games that take that long to develop, people lose interest before it's even done because it's like, oh, we updated this part of it, but it's like you're getting it
They
like
might.
piece by piece,
Yeah.
and so by the time it's like, hey, we're finally done, it's just like, eh.
there's an early access game though that I am super fucking stoked for.
What's that?
Roller Coaster Tycoon World.
Nice.
I thought it was the real thing, so I was looking at its reviews and I was like, "Oh my god!" And then I saw it was early access. I'm like, "Oh, whew, they're working on it."
Yeah, that's another one Joe and I have played a fair amount of, is the Roller Coaster Tycoon games.
Played all those. The strategy games aren't as hard on the old computers, so when we had the Windows 98 computer or like the shitty laptop
It
with
could
Windows
handle
XP,
it. Yeah.
it could handle those type of games. It could handle Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Yeah.
So those were the type of games I was used to playing, frankly. And then, of course, the PS1 as well. On top of that, always 6 years behind. That's what it seems like, right?
Always a generation behind.
Always a generation behind. Not right now, though. I got
No.
that PS motherfucking 4 right now.
Yeah, you're up to date.
Yeah. But, you know, there are some computer games where I'm like, I can't. Like Doom 4. Like, I know I can't.
Yeah. Well, mine's the minimum requirements, is what it was saying. And I was like, oh my God.
5 times the cost, only bare minimum specs.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think you would probably get like maybe $200 off your PC right now if you try to sell it.
It's worth way more than that. My video card still sells for $500. So fuck you.
Yeah, but it's heavily used. Do you overclock it at all?
No, I don't. I leave it alone.
We often talk about, like, the end of console gaming. And the idea is that someday it'll just... I mean, I have a separate idea for what console gaming is going to be, but I know that Caleb here, Schweiss, you have some strong comments upon what you believe the future of console gaming and PC gaming
He's
is
getting
going to
ready.
be.
Well, let me tell you. So what I
tell
think
you a story?
what I think is going to happen, I mean, especially now that we're seeing 3 years into the life cycle for PS3, they're already talking about the next thing.
Right.
Now,
not the next thing.
It is. It's an
not the
upgraded
X
version.
thing.
It's twice as good as the one we have now.
Okay.
Therefore,
Let
it
me
is the next
clarify.
thing.
They said that this next generation is not going to be a separate thing. It is simply an upgraded PS4 and Xbox One, and they will not have console exclusive games. Therefore, they are still in the generation of PS4 and
That's
Xbox
not how
One.
that works.
Yes, it
Just
is.
because you say it's in the same generation.
It is still a generation. They always come out with a PS4, a PS3 Slim or
This
a
isn't a
Xbox
Slim.
Slim. It is their version because it is
No.
requiring that for newer, superior games.
It's not a Slim, motherfucker. The Slim is the same as the regular PS2. The Slim PS1 is the same as the regular PS1. This is a newer machine with
It's
better
a newer
capabilities.
machine that is still going to be playing the same games. Therefore, it is
better.
the same system.
but better. So
So
now our PS4s
the
that we all
specs
have
are going to be better, yes.
By
but
a
it's
lot.
the same thing.
No, it isn't.
Yes,
that makes
it
it
is.
different. How do you not
It
understand
is
that?
not different.
Just because you
Caleb.
call
is
it
not-
the same doesn't make it the same. You
Caleb,
ass.
if they they made a PS3 during the generation of the PS2 and it still played PS2 games and not PS3 games, it would still be a PS2.
PS3 played the fucking PS2 games at the beginning.
very
Was it a
beginning,
PS2?
I said without the PS3 games, Caleb, it would still be a PS2.
So you're saying if there's not a bunch of games that are for that new system, that it's not a new generation.
they said that it is not going to have console exclusive games, so it is still a PS4.
Right, but
Okay.
we will have the lesser version of the PS4, thus making every
Yeah, but
game
that's a
that comes
version
out.
thing. The Xbox 360 had a million versions.
No,
Yes,
but they
it
all
did.
had the
If
same.
Caleb is
specs.
accurate-
No, they didn't, because they upgraded the capacity of the fucking newer systems. The PS3
The capacity-
Slims always had a bigger capacity. They had a larger hard
Caleb.
drive. They had a larger hard
No,
drive for the
hard
Xbox
drive
360
and
Slim.
hardware.
That is better specs.
That is
Caleb.
not specs.
The
Specs
360
are
It is part
the
of the
power.
specs.
The 360 had improved capabilities with each new version of the 360 that they put out.
Processing power.
Yes, they did.
Okay, maybe more
And that was
processing
all part
for
of
them.
the same generation.
But then let's take a look at the Project Scorpion or Scorpio, whatever they called it, because this is not just a PS4 that's got better specs. This is like immensely better specs.
It's like 5 times better than the one before.
and so
it.
that to me feels more like a console type of feeling than the new PS4 does. And so I can see it from that point of view with Xbox trying
Do you
to
even know
edge
what the
out.
new PS4 is? Because they haven't announced specs for it.
Isn't it
no, they
supposed to be
haven't.
4K?
But it's
No,
going to
they
have
haven't.
to compete with this
yeah.
one.
Yeah, that's what is happening. So I guess with this one, with that Project Scorpio being this insane thing, that maybe Caleb's right that they're going to have a low tier console and a high tier console.
It's going to be just like people playing Final Fantasy 14 on the PS3 and on the PS4. Remember the people who played it on the PS3 where it would take them minutes to load into zones
Poor
sometimes?
bastards.
Exactly. It's available. Sure, it'll be available for the PS4 regular, but it'll be a shitty version of it. It won't have the same kind of
Comparatively.
specs. Yeah, comparatively. And who's going to
Comparatively.
want the shit version?
the people who can't pay for the superior version. So maybe it's not, consoles are not going away. Like the life is still going to be the same, but they're going to introduce the elite tier and then your standard tier.
Right, but if you're a really hardcore gamer, that's a new console to you.
If you're a
There's
hardcore
no question.
gamer, let's be honest, if you're a hardcore gamer, you're PC anyway.
Well, probably, but that's the thing though, is it's becoming a PC.
bro.
You PC bro.
It's becoming a PC, in my opinion, a lesser PC. Because
Yeah.
even when that thing comes out, I can buy a video card right now that's going to have one that's better
I
than the
think
one
that-
they
I think
have.
they're realizing that with how far ahead we're getting with technology, and that consoles are just lacking behind in what they can do just because they're trying to keep it price sensitive. They're trying to open the gates to have more beautiful, more powerful games to console gamers who are willing to drop a little bit extra on a console instead of like, oh, if you go to a PC, you have to remember all this and that. It's really
Right.
expensive.
But that's-
and so they're trying to edge people out of going to PC saying, actually, this is our elite edition.
but
that
that's
you can
not
get.
what console's about.
I know.
Console's not about that at all.
I know, but that's what I think they're doing. They're going to have a standard tier that's going to have the same life of a console, and then an elite tier that'll come out halfway through.
I have a totally different vision of the future. I think we get one more console generation after this one. After the PS4 run, I think we're going to get one more console generation. After that, we're going to condense things down. The box is not going to be this giant box for a console. It'll be this big and it'll plug directly into your TV. It'll be tiny.
Yeah.
And that's what the idea is going to be for the television gamers.
Well,
for hardcore gamers, I think they will all just move over to PC. Now, I could be wrong about that. We could be seeing 2 generations left of classic gaming generations, but as soon as they go to downloads only, it's the systems are going to get smaller and smaller, and they're going to be closer and closer to the actual TV itself instead of its own unit, with the exception of
the
PC games.
PlayStation Stick.
Yeah. Well, the idea you buy computers now, and they oftentimes don't come with a disc tray,
No.
which is
my work,
absolutely fucking insane to me.
my work is a mini. My work computer is like this mini
Right.
station with an i5, but then 16 gigs of RAM. But it's all like.
But it's not going to be any
This little
different
thing,
for a
yeah.
console. I mean, eventually the GameStops are just going to go. It's going to be, you're going to be able to buy this box, and maybe once a year they'll have a new version of the box, kind of like they have a new version of the Roku, and you'll be able to get games on that thing, and that will be the console. But the console will not be what we're seeing now. The console's not going to be that big box that we've been seeing since the early 90s. It's not going to be that way. It's going to be something much smaller and much more succinct, and I hope that we get to a graphical point. I think we're almost there, honestly, but everybody thinks they're almost there every generation. I think we're going to get to a point where the amount of work to put into a game to make it look absolutely fucking gorgeous would take too long. That it's going to be more about the gameplay and less about the looks of the game.
I don't know if they'll ever get to that point because it gets easier and easier to make them look that good. And the big cost
there's
is
people behind those making them. It's not an automated system.
You have to look at they have to keep developing new technology. And if you're talking about something that's processing huge amounts of data, it's going to get fucking hot. So it has to be at least big enough to cool itself down.
Yeah.
And so you have that. But
Well,
then
we'll get
what
better at that
about,
stuff too,
did you
sure.
have anything on the Steam machine if we're talking about consoles?
I think the Steam Machine is the future.
But the Steam machine actually
It
lags
tanked.
behind the consoles right now.
It does, yeah.
I mean, there is no there's
That
quote unquote
idea,
the
though.
official Steam machine made by Alien.
That idea, though, is the future.
Okay.
And
That's what I believe.
I think if the consoles are going to try to compete with the PCs, they're going to lose every time. And if they keep doing this, where they come out
Sales,
with
though.
different versions of it, it's just going to lose.
No, but if you think
The
about
strength
it,
of the console goes in its simplicity and how it's all in just one neat
Exactly.
Right, that's what
you
the
don't
PS4
have to go
is.
through and make your PC or go out and buy a PC that costs $1,000 or more.
And then on top of that, getting all the equipment for it, like
And
the
if you think
keyboard, the
about it,
mouse, the sound system,
Takes
the
more space in the
monitors.
room.
It's not
Everything's
gonna
going
be-
smaller.
Right,
Yeah.
but based on the video card that they want to put in the new Xbox, it's going to be $900. Who's going to fucking pay $900 for a new Xbox?
I'm
Fuck
not.
that. You
It's
know
gonna-
why?
It's going to move
People
away
wouldn't
from,
pay $600 for the PS3.
Yeah,
it's
they're not
move
going to
from
fucking pay.
Xbox versus PlayStation to Intel versus AMD.
And you know what? The other thing is all of Microsoft. Honestly, I don't know why you would buy an Xbox One at this point. I'm sorry to all the Xbox lovers, but
Yeah, it's true. With all their games going on to Windows, like
Yeah.
there's honestly, if you're going to get an Xbox, the new Xbox is basically, why don't you just get a PC?
yeah, get a PC.
Because honestly, all their games
Because
are going
of
to
the
be
simplicity.
on the computer, and they will have no more exclusives anymore.
The simplicity,
The only
the
exclusives-
network.
and it being
Yeah.
optimized to
Yeah.
play games on a larger display and stuff like that.
I agree. That's the
Exclusives
only
will
thing.
only belong to PlayStation and Nintendo, and you might as well just stick with one of those or
Yeah.
both.
Well,
you
just
know?
get PlayStation. Come on.
But
Yeah,
as soon as you
PlayStation.
have a Steam box or something that you can both purchase games on the box itself and purchase games on your computer for the box or for your computer, as soon as you have that and it works well and people accept it, then everything else is over.
You think so? I think it's inevitable too.
And I think
love,
that's what Xbox should focus on.
But see, I love consoles though. I do love my PS4. I think it's great. I like my PS3. I like my PS2. I
What
love
if,
them.
What if, guys? Let's bandy this idea out, because how much do we really know about Project Scorpio? What if that is technically?
Why do you have such a hard on for this thing,
I'm just speculating. What if this
got a cool
is
name.
What if that's just a project name? That's their secret name. What if it is the?
That's
Steam
actually what
machine?
they're calling it now.
What if it
it's
is
the Nintendo
What if it
Revolution?
is the Steam machine?
It could be. I doubt it though.
I doubt it.
If there's just a little bit of tweaking with the power it can have, they can have the Steam machine from Microsoft.
Oh, you're saying the idea of it?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. Microsoft needs to do something though.
yeah, they need
Because
I
they
think
are
they need to get
merging console and PC games into one with this something that's powerful enough to do both.
They can be, but if that works or not
Because
is
no,
yet
but
to
if
be
you
seen.
think about this, Caleb, if you think about
can do
this,
it.
if
Microsoft
it's basically a computer, if it's basically a PC, but they can optimize it to play on a larger display or on a smaller display, they're bridging the gap between console and PC for you. So it's for the
Right.
hardcore gamers who want the power to play powerful PC games at $900. You spent fucking how much on your computer? $900 is a bargain compared to that. So
not
they're
$900
trying-
after buying a $500 Xbox One a couple years before. That's
See,
bullshit.
yeah,
is what that
so like
is.
it's elite tier, but they are trying to. They are let's just pretend they're geniuses for a second. We know they're not, but they are. Maybe if we're going to see if how wrong this is, they're looking into this and say, "Hey, let's build something that's basically a PC, and we're going to grab those people leaving Xbox towards PC because it's going to be a really nice optimized system." That you can play on either a large or a small display and play all those nice games beautifully and have these developers optimized for that system early on. And so you're basically buying a PC at a smaller price because they can do that for you.
gaming's got to follow Apple. Like they're going to follow the multiple devices and they all work together sort of a thing. Gaming's going to follow that. It's just a matter of time as when. That's Yeah.
You know, the only reason I think that Microsoft is doing it that way is so they're like, hey guys, just get this Xbox, and then the games that you buy, you can play on your PC, and then when you're lazy, just sit down on your couch and then play it on your Xbox.
Yeah.
That really is.
They're really not going for any innovation or trying to make it some kind of like super PC, because they know that if they tried that, everybody on Xbox would just go to either PlayStation or just go to PC.
That's why they
Yeah.
have their normal Xbox still. So they're going to grab those lazy sales.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone really is going to bleed over from PC though. Like that.
No, but this is an
don't
entry
see
point
that.
to this younger generation who knows and loves Xbox to get into higher level gaming. That's not as expensive as a
Who
PC.
really loves
It's got to be
Xbox?
expensive though. Like they have to at least make up their cost.
Right, but no, you don't. With consoles and with these larger corporations, they have better deals with the people who build the equipment for it than you could if you just went and bought the pieces yourselves.
Yeah,
and
that's-
they're optimizing, and this is the same thing that Steam Machine did. They're optimizing the system towards gaming only, and so they don't actually need as high of a specs to give you the same beautiful game delivery that your PC would, because your PC is actually not focusing on just one thing.
Yeah, there's ways to manipulate it. The Xbox
And
does
that's what
that.
consoles have been doing since day one. They've been optimized toward playing video games.
Right, but the moment that console ships, it's already obsolete. It's been obsolete for months.
Exactly.
If by obsolete you mean not to the highest standards of
Yeah, not to the highest
processing and video
Even-
card capabilities.
Then that just means that any newer graphics card that is already made is already obsolete.
It
Like
is,
they're
yeah.
all their newest ones are already like
Yeah.
obsolete. There's
It
no
is.
point.
We know that, but
It's
that isn't death to consoles.
Yeah,
because
they're
nobody
just-
actually cares.
Yeah,
about
they're
graphics.
making
Right,
games.
but they're
tend
making
to.
people
They're
care.
making the games for those consoles, and then they're making them look slightly nicer for PC.
Right. It's well,
and
it's
that's
not
just the way that it's always been.
it's not the game that looks nicer. It's the machine. But the idea of coming out with a new version of it, to me, it just sounds like they're trying to.
I mean, hey, can you really consider it Xbox anymore? Because it's not even, it's called Project Scorpio. Is it going to come out branded with the Xbox name, or is it just going to have a different name? Because at that
I
point,
don't know.
It
can you
would be
consider it
helpful
Xbox?
from an advertising standpoint to call it an Xbox.
Exactly. And that way you can say it's an Xbox console instead of something else.
I think we should just wait until they actually start announcing stuff before we talk about this again.
Why?
Why are you so
this is what
touchy?
people want to hear. They want to hear our opinions.
You
on the
afraid
future.
They
It's
want to
gonna
hear
be-
our opinions about something that they announced way too fucking early.
Are you
Oh,
afraid?
these things aren't
Kid?
coming out until like 2018, so why talk about
They
it?
want
It's
to hear
not
our
that far
predictions.
away.
Hear our predictions
It's
on the
pretty
future.
far away.
All right. Well, considering that you want to talk about different things, Caleb
Yes,
Craig,
yes, I do.
what do we got for news?
For news, Nintendo has given a reason for why they did not have the NX at E3, and that is because they were afraid of imitators on their new thing that they're going for, by announcing it too early.
You sure they didn't just say?
Kiss my ass, bitch.
That is also what they said, but that is the reason that they gave.
Oh, okay. a little more presentable than.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, a little bit nicer. The other thing is that apparently the BioShock games are being remade for PS4, Xbox One, and having an update on the PC.
Oh.
Can we stop with the remakes? Jesus fucking Christ. The games are already in HD. It's not like they look bad. They're
Yeah.
just older.
BioShock
Yeah.
Infinite looks really good.
These
It
were
is.
our
It's nice.
money-making things, so let's go ahead and redo that again.
That's what they're doing. And I don't
Exactly.
even know why having a big deal. Like, why fucking remake Skyrim?
I don't know.
Why?
That was
I already gave my
Morrowind or Oblivion.
idea on the
That would have
reasoning.
been an awesome idea.
or their first two in the series.
So we could play
Oh, yeah.
them. Yeah, no one's played those. I mean, I'm sure a bunch of people have.
They're
but
free, dude. They're free on
Arena
their
and
website.
Daggerfall.
Yeah.
what they are. Yeah.
Maybe that's why they don't want to do it, because they're already fucking free. Like, I'm not going to pay.
No, but I've heard, there's problems with those first two games. Why not remake those and call it Elder Scrolls
Because
1?
if you think
and
about
no
it-
one will have played
Because
it.
if you think about it, that's a lot of work to get something like that up to today's standards. Whereas
They don't
Skyrim
have to do it
was
to
like
today's
was like,
standards. They can just
oh,
update it, clean
we'll
it
just
up a bit,
add-
and then push it out again for like $5.
Yeah, but if you think about it, to like all they had to do for Skyrim was like, okay, we're going to add this mod and this mod. Let's just go ahead and sell it, and you can mod it yourself. Yay! We all make money except you, because you are the loser every time.
I'm not going to buy that Skyrim.
I was tempted, but I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
It's just pointless. And
It is pointless. You should remake a game from 10 years ago. That's not enough time.
They did redo GTA 5, but that's more of putting it on the PS4 because it came out late in the PS3's
yeah, if it's a
life.
port,
It's
like an HD port.
It's a way HD port.
Okay.
It looks way better. So I don't know. That's one that I would be okay with. And it's only because it wasn't on that generation to begin
It
with.
just smells like a cash grab. It is a cash grab, and they will make money from it. So it just pisses me off.
It was just like a side note to what they were really doing, is what it was. It's like, here's some extra ways to give us some money.
Yeah, and it's not like the FF12 conundrum where it's only on the fucking PS2.
I would have.
That's when you need to move stuff over. If
Yeah.
the game isn't available, then you can be like, oh, let's have a remake.
Yeah, or even if it's just PlayStation Network and PS1, like FF9.
Yeah, like
move
how
it
they're
over.
bringing some of the PS2 games to PS4. Like, I mean, I wish they would do the ones that are less available.
Yeah.
like the Magna Carta series that they only had like on the PS2.
Yeah.
That I found a Japanese copy of. We're like, where's the English one?
Yeah, and it's like they've got GTA, which amazing games, but I can go to any game store and there's going to be like a fucking
Yeah.
wall dedicated to those three.
Yeah, and you bought like all of them on fucking Steam for like what, $1?
Yeah,
so
it
it's
was
like-
like nothing.
So it's like, well, okay, we do love those games, but where's the ones that you can't get? Like,
Yeah.
that's what I want.
Yeah, I
brought
still
to-
feel like the differences in quality between the PS3 and the PS4, although you can see it now, it's not as big of a jump from the PS1 to the PS2 era. It's not that big of. If it were that big of a jump, then it would be like, oh yeah, let's do a remake. But it's not.
But it's not even remake most of the time, it's remaster.
Yeah, so they're
10
just like
looks
cleaning it up
better,
and then putting it out.
but
yeah.
it still kind of looks like shit compared to everything else on the PS3.
I'm okay with the remaster, but calling it a remake or I don't know.
The FF7 remake is a fucking remake.
Right,
That is a
that's
remake.
the-
It's
that's
not
the
just
bar,
a little
yeah.
remaster, but like that, like, I don't know. I don't know why they would just
Well, so
remaster
far we've seen
everything.
cutscenes.
Yeah, we've seen
A
cutscenes.
pre-rendered cutscene.
Pre-rendered cutscenes, yes.
Which looks about as good as the PS2 ones, because that's about as good as they're going to be.
Yeah.
'Cause they look phenomenal.
Yeah, so I'm not seeing a reason for it except for money. And when
That's what it is.
Yeah, and
It's what it is. It's all-
don't
it's-
you? Do you have a
They're not
problem
even
with
trying
that?
to
at all?
hide it. I don't know. It's like they're catering to the console people who didn't have access to it, and they're making it better because people love that game. It's just like, why make them if they already own it? And it can prove that they own it.
It wasn't
Why
that
make 'em
long
pay to
ago.
get it? Exactly. It wasn't. And so I would have loved Oblivion remastered. I would have loved it so much with mods
Oh,
and
yeah.
everything. That to me was the
Mod
game.
quality, I
And
don't
the
think they're
ability to
gonna
not
pull
be a
mods.
vampire if you want at the end. To not go through this huge quest line to just
Oh
glitch.
man, I liked at first I'm like, what, a vampire? No, but then I'm like, oh wait, I am powerful.
The advantages it yields are nice.
And then you feed from
But then-
above without actually touching
And it's like,
them.
oh, it can't go outside
But
unless
then
I
there's
eat
like
someone.
that
Then I can go
one
outside.
gigantic flaw going outside.
yeah.
No, if you eat someone, you're okay for like a day.
Yeah, but then you lose power.
But that's
Yeah.
okay if you need to talk to someone the day.
No,
go
dude, you
talk to
want
them,
the
and then-
power. It
but
takes
then,
forever
you go
to build
talk
that back
someone.
up.
No, you go talk to someone, and then you get that quest done or whatever. Then you just go wait for like a day somewhere else, and you're building your power back up.
I think it would have been way more exciting to hear Morrowind or Daggerfall
Morrowind would have been awesome to
yeah.
play.
I almost bought it
or
on the
Arena.
sale.
Fuck, or Arena.
Or all three.
Yeah, how about all three? Yeah, the HD
The HD
Elder Scroll,
update
Elder
for the
Scroll trilogy.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what you would call it. I think that sounds like way cooler news than that. But like Bioshock being remade, come on.
No, come.
Love the games, but yeah, seriously.
I guess there were like hints of a sequel in the information that they got too. So I don't know.
So they want to be able to put out a pack right before that sequel is released. And
I
make
think
it-
so.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of what they're doing because I heard that the Batman games, Arkham Asylum and Arkham City, are being remade for PS4 as well.
See, it's going to be the
and
thing
they
now.
had just announced the Batman VR, which is also being made by
Sequels
Rocksteady.
are a thing, and then remastering games that don't need to be remastered are a thing. It's just cash
they just
grabs.
needed to be ported over. They don't need to be remastered.
I do kind of like getting trophies on some of those PS2 games, though.
It is nice. It is nice having those trophies.
But having them slap it on a PS3 and then a PS4, that's like, Jeez, like, give it some fucking time to heal. Let some of us play the thing before we have to buy
Let our
another
wallets heal.
version. Yeah.
The game's just fine, Caleb. You're not that brutal.
What I would really love is for the PS4 to have a thing where you can just play the games that you've already bought on the PS3.
Yeah.
Because like if they one day just
verify that
stop
you own it?
supporting
You
the
don't.
fucking
And
PS3
so
like they did with
the only
PSP.
way that would make sense if it's all downloadable copies. Is they can have that transaction history. Oh yeah, you bought this. We can prove it.
Yeah, there's no way.
There's no way to prove that you've owned it. So
True, yeah.
that's a
Physical
problem.
discs. That's another.
I mean, I just want the downloads at the very least. Like the PS1 games that they got on there, the PS2 games, like fucking everything that you spend on there. Like what's going to happen when they just stop supporting it? Like I said,
Well,
like
you're gonna-
they stop supporting the PSP online.
Well, with all these
That's-
updates to old games, I'm sure we'll get them back.
Well,
Right, but
yeah,
we'll have
you'll
to
get them
buy 'em
back, but
again,
you have
that's
to
what he's
buy them
saying.
again, and they should just be porting it over, especially
Well, they
since
have
they
to
have that thing where they
Caleb, you have to look at it from a capitalist point of view too. If it's
Cam,
if they have
hold
to
on.
make money
Hold
in order
up.
for it to be viable to support.
They have that PlayStation Now thing, the subscription that they can stream the fucking PS3 games. You're fucking telling me that you can't have a fucking copy of the games that you already own through that system? That's bullshit.
If you prove that you have downloaded copies,
you shouldn't have to prove it if
should
it's
just be
already
with the
on the
PlayStation
thing.
account.
You
If you
got
downloaded it,
accounts, and you should just have it. You
Well,
shouldn't
what
just
he's
have to
saying
go
is-
in there, dude.
What Cameron's saying is just because I have the PS3 10 and 10.2 remaster, I shouldn't just get the PS4 one.
Oh, you
for
shouldn't
free.
get the PS4 one. No,
that's what
but
it
you
kinda
should have
sounded like
that.
you were saying.
No. Okay, that's not what I'm saying. Like, that one's a even better looking update to the game.
So you're saying I should be able to play it on my PS4 as the PS3 version?
yeah.
Well,
Or
that would-
something like the games that you've already have on the PS3 that
So I
you
just
bought
have
the download for.
the ultimate library, basically. Every
Essentially,
game that
yeah.
I bought. That would be really
Like,
cool.
because
Yeah.
if you buy like 100
No.
games on the PS3 and they're just fucking suddenly gone now because you
Yeah,
can't
the
get them
PlayStation
back,
Network games.
The store
You
would
might
have
as
to
well
go
move
away,
them
though.
over.
That makes sense. But if this is like a legitimate remaster, they actually put work into it, then you should, let's say, pay an extra $10.
Yeah, they've had upgrades to stuff on
Because
Steam. I've seen.
when you buy something, you buy it as it was it then, and then the promised how many ever updates.
Right.
But then they come out with this, let's say, a legitimate remaster, not the stupid Skyrim thing, but a legitimate remaster. Then maybe asking for an extra $15 to download it. Then they would, number one, get more people to do it, and number two, they're going to make the money back for the effort they put in.
I feel like I saw that with the Metro games on Steam. I think I saw like an upgrade. Where
Treat
I
it
could
like a
get the new
DLC
ones.
because you downloaded this game. We have the proof there that you've actually downloaded it, and then you can just update it. But new
Yeah.
people who don't have it, then they have to pay the full price of the
$10 you get it on PS4.
I
I'd
don't
do
know
it.
if they're ever going to do it. Hopefully, it's just like I didn't know that your PSN games didn't move over. And I was
Yeah,
like, what?
The PS3 ones I can't download
yeah,
on
they-
my PS4.
They should. I don't know why they don't
Yeah, that's
do
kind
that.
of
Like,
bad.
backwards compatibility is something everybody fucking wants, and it's not something anybody ever gives anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, all you need is a DVD driver thing for the physical ones at the very least. Like that's not an expensive price. You get a DVD player for $20 now. So
Yeah.
it doesn't seem like you're asking for much, but
No.
whatever.
And the big problem is we have like 70 gig hard drives for a fucking PlayStation 3.
Yeah, the
so I
fucking-
can't fit shit
The
on that
fucking
thing.
PS3, they come with a 500 gig hard drive, and you get that taken up with the 3 games that you buy. Like,
Yeah.
they're all 60 gigs, and you're like, oh, okay, well, where'd my space go? And they do that with the fucking, like, disc ones, too. They,
Yeah.
install, so it's, oh, what's the point
Not
of
all
having
of
the
them.
disc?
Not all of them all the way, but I agree with you. The
Yeah.
disc should be the end all, unless I want faster loading times for the game and I can install it
Yeah,
myself.
you shouldn't have to. Like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. That's something I liked about the HDD in the PS2 days.
Well, I think that's another.
Good.
I think that's another business decision to lessen the amount of hardware repairs that they need, because without a spinning disc, there's less likely things to just be destroyed. No less Ring of Death, and just overall, that's easier on the hardware.
Yeah, it's better for Xbox.
Yeah,
That's for
I can
damn
see
sure.
look at
I
that
can't
way.
believe those
It breaks-
savages
it
had
breaks less.
disc trays until this generation. And then
It's easier on the
controllers
console, less hardware failure that way. So you have to look at it from that point of view.
and non-rechargeable controllers
Yeah,
too.
the fucking battery packs.
Fucking Stone Age.
We were all in that Stone Age and enjoying it, by the way.
I'm talking 360.
No, yeah,
but-
we didn't have no 360. We had
Oh,
PS3 with the chargeable controllers.
You could charge technically that if you got the battery pack, but
Yeah,
like,
but that's like extra money on top of the
Yeah,
fucking controller.
But think of it this way: with being able to throw out a couple of double A's, it's less like, oh crap, my controller died. It's not like I have to
Bam.
sit like right in front of the TV now to charge my controller.
You
No,
can
just-
get cords
just
that
stroll
are
over to the
ridiculously
drawer,
long,
Stroll over to
Cam.
the drawer, yeah, but then I can just buy some fucking batteries for like $3. Stroll over to the drawer, throw them in, and I'm right back on the couch, right
That's
where I
true.
was before.
Or
So there's a give and take in all relationships.
Or you could be getting rushed by the enemy team in a 5v5 ranked match in League, and then it dies, and then you're frantically searching for your fucking rechargeables everywhere, and you can't find them, and you're just standing there taking it from everybody. Or you'd have that. That's why that fucker has a wire. Tired of that.
No need.
Yeah, just so that your foot can touch the wire at the bottom.
Yeah,
and
it just disconnects everything.
Someone walks across the room.
yeah,
in
you're
front
right.
of you and
Way better.
disconnects it.
I have a battery powered mouse, and you know how long that battery lasted? Like 2 years.
Yeah, it takes forever.
Yeah. So like, why have the wire?
But I have 12 keys.
Because the wire's faster.
Yeah.
It has better pixel depth per movement. You can move it faster.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think it's time for some iTunes review. Let's. We actually have some this week.
After those reviews. All right, the first review by Amazing Corey B, the Entourage of Video Game Podcasts.
What is that? Who's Ari?
Yeah, who is Ari?
Caleb's looking at like
who's the
it's him.
freaking Tourette's?
Okay, who's Ari? Who's Kevin? Who's the star?
I'm Turtle.
I don't know that show.
I think
so
Caleb
I can't,
Craig is Turtle.
Okay, let's let Caleb be Turtle.
Not just because he looks like a turtle.
And then who's...
That's most of
Fuck
it.
you.
We don't have an Ari. This is the Entourage without a business manager. What is this? I think we would benefit from an Ari.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's get in. A group of guys sitting around a table using dirty language to talk about video games, and I love every moment of it. Of course you do.
Coitus.
Well, almost every moment. Just kidding. I love every moment. I can't decide if they are serious about Joe and his dick drawing. It is an actual
Yeah,
thing.
it's
Yeah.
completely true.
like if you
We're
like,
not
it is,
kidding.
We're gonna have to post some pictures sometime.
No, you're not.
no, it's a surprise for whoever wins it.
It is an actual thing, and I don't know if Joe is doing it to reference the movie Superbad or if he's just has this thing. Jonah Hill did say 1 out of every 10 kids have the same problem.
He's got it.
Are you unique, Joe? Are you 1 out of every 10?
I've never had the problem as a kid.
He's just got it now.
My favorite host. I just have to stop reading here, actually, guys. This review's over. Just
No.
joking. My favorite host is Caleb Craig.
Yeah. What?
Spelled Caleb wrong,
That is
by the
right.
way. Just
Such
let
a
you
favorite.
know. At first, I could stand him. I think he meant I couldn't stand him. But then, of
That's
course,
what I joked about. At first, I couldn't stand him, but then
but then again, if Caleb's your favorite, punctuation, spelling, grammar isn't your strong point. I found him.
nice.
Fuck you.
I found him very annoying, but 2 or 3 episodes in, he became the more relatable host and probably the funnier of them. You mean
Yeah, fuck you guys.
You mean you have copious amounts of time because lack of responsibilities?
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I mean,
Fuck you.
he also takes beating games very seriously.
I
Hog
do.
roar. Can you do the hog roar for him? He's asking for it. Another hog roar for the hog man.
The hog
So far
supreme.
away, though.
give him. There you go.
That was just for you.
Yeah, the volume on the computer is a little low. but whatever.
Or is it the hog grunt? No, it's a roar. It's triumphant. It's spreading your and that like Tim Allen from Home Improvement. Their game review episodes are very good. I have at least bought one of the games they reviews based solely on their review. You were keeping on with the Caleb trend here. The in-between review episodes are even better than the review episodes. These do not feel like filler at all. That is a sharp contrast to another franchise-specific podcast that I listen to. I strongly recommend...
I'm not sure what that show is.
I strongly recommend that you listen to this podcast. Listening to this makes me wish I lived in Utah and could just come over and play some video games too. It takes me back to the year after high school. Keep up the good work, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Corey.
Thank
You want
you
me to
for
read the second
review.
one, or do you want to?
Go ahead, Caleb.
Yeah, you can read it.
All right, this one is titled "Stay in the Nude," a 5-star review from Will45591. Great podcast. Started listening after tuning into Ultima Final Fantasy a while back,
Yeah, there you go.
and
There you
continue
go.
to be impressed.
show.
Respect.
Don't have much time for games at the time being, but love hearing the guys' opinions on a wide array of content, old and new, that they always deliver in the most entertaining manner. I look down on LARPing and know it would make the cast feel like dirty streetwalkers. But the thought of them doing this gives me great delight, so I hope they think it over. Keep up the great work, boys, and wish the podcast the best.
Yeah, I appreciate the offer to LARP, but nah, I'm good.
Maybe we'll LARP with our characters that we make. It's going to be sweet for a wizard. I just do nothing.
Just be me.
No, you get like little things to throw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little ball.
Yeah.
Light it on fire and throw it at you guys. Holy shit!
Well, ladies and
Molotov
gentlemen,
cocktails.
the show officially is over. I want to thank you guys for coming on and listening to Nude Clan. You can go to nudeclan.net right now, and it'll take you over to Ultima Final Fantasy temporarily. We do have a show that comes after Nude Clan called Let's Get Fat. And so I'm going to give you guys a good few plugs, and then we'll get to it. So you can also find us at facebook.com/Nude Clan Podcast. That's nude spelled NEWD at Facebook anyway. You can tweet me at Joseph Vigalier.
Me at Obsidian Bar.
Me at Nude Clan Cam.
Me at UFF Podcast.
And you can find us on Twitch, twitch.tv/Ultimate Final Fantasy. See Caleb get really mad at pieces of bread.
Yeah.
Ultima Final Fantasy. No.
Oh,
It's
sorry. Twitch.tv/Nude Clan Game.
Yeah, what is this?
I have 2 shows, Cameron. That's what it
We
is.
have 7 shows now.
So many
Currently
shows.
recording. All right. Well, let's get fat. All right, Caleb Craig. How's the movies going?
Movies, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going all right.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they're going all right for me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't watched a movie in like 4 weeks.
Damn.
Oh, really?
What? This is a bullshit scream for Caleb right now.
Dude,
Why?
Because he's so far behind.
So, I'm a
it's
little
not
bit behind
because
too.
I'm behind.
But this is Joe we're speaking about.
So,
Cameron.
he's been doing other things.
I had hiking, and now I'm back at work, and now I'm working on this huge of a website. All right. That someone else only did 2 paragraphs of work on.
Because I just don't have fuck around time.
Would you like to compare schedules with me? And then be sad? Because that's usually what happens.
All right.
Okay. All right. So that's what's been up with me as far as my movie watching as well. Caleb, it's been bad.
yeah.
I have been watching the gigantic movie Cleopatra in chunks, and I'm almost done with it.
I kind of wanted to see that. The huge flop that cost the
Yeah.
shitload of money.
Yeah, and didn't make
how
its
much-
money until like the 90s.
How much did it was spent on it?
Back then, I think it was like $68 million or something like that. And that was that's equivalent today. I've heard some estimates saying it's like 300 million, and I've heard some estimates saying it was like $1 billion.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's not.
And
okay.
it was the biggest
Flop
grossing
of all
movie
time?
of the year, and it didn't make any money.
Oh,
What? So there wasn't the fan base for movies like. Well, when was it made?
They just fucked up on the budget as well.
It was 60. No, they fired the director. They had to do a shitload of reshoots. They tore down, like, there was apparently a lot of drama around the stars. They tore down sets and had to rebuild them. And I'm telling you, man, the movie is
You should
gorgeous.
see some of the hand movements he's doing. I'm telling you, man.
The The movie is absolutely splendid looking. The sets, you know how usually when you watch an epic, like most of the sets are incredible and from the 60s. It's not just that the sets are incredible, but like usually they have like a background drop or something. You can see
Like
where,
in Ben-Hur
where
and
the
stuff.
set ends.
Yeah.
You can't see where the set ends in these things. It is fucking huge. This movie is, Jesus Christ, gigantic. I'm telling you, man. I mean,
I wasn't aware he was a large man.
Ben-Hur, as far as scale goes, is similar, but it doesn't even compare to like Cleopatra's extravagance in just some of the crowd scenes with like the choreography of movement during some of the shots, and like Cleopatra comes on a ship, and it's not like 1/4 of the ship wasn't real. It's a fucking ship.
Yeah.
It's huge. This movie
Nobody
is
in the crowd was
gigantic.
a painted Q-tip.
No one in the crowd was a painted Q-tip.
So bobbleheads, get it right.
So that's it's just incredible. Like visually, you'll watch it and like the writing is kind of middle ground. The acting is sometimes really good and sometimes kind of middle ground. The directing itself is sometimes middle ground. But the production design for that fucking movie it's the best I've ever seen.
Somebody was doing their job.
Yes, someone was doing their job and spending the studio's money. Cha-ching. This was before the days when you spent $1 million on a star actor. So that money's all going to sets. Lots of money.
We should go back to those times.
No.
I don't have 4 hours for the movies.
The movie is fucking long, and I have not finished it in a sitting. It's taken me. I've done 3 sittings so far.
Oh, dude.
About an hour each while I've been about to go to bed.
Freaking Seven Samurai was 3.5, and you had no problem sitting through that.
Cleopatra is not as good as Seven Samurai. With the exception to its production design. That's the one thing that's like way better. Cameron, how's everything going?
Well, I'm actually going to finish this paycheck not being in the negative, so I managed my income a little bit better this time around.
Okay.
I've lost 1.5 pounds doing this diet thing. Yeah, they made me whip it out and prove it to them.
Yeah, different conversation.
Yeah, but anyways, different conversation. But I have lost about 1.5 pounds so far on the thing.
Only 1.5 pounds?
Yeah. I've only been going at this for like a week and a few days.
And I dropped like crazy in that first week.
Yeah, but you were also doing a lot more exercise, weren't you?
Some exercise.
I don't
Does that count as a lot more? I've lost more weight not doing exercise than I have doing exercise.
Well, I don't know. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. But I just saw the strip.
Okay.
I lost 1.5 pounds. I haven't weighed myself since last time I told Caleb, so I should go weigh myself again. But that was like 4 days ago, wasn't
right.
it?
Yeah, it was a little bit.
Yeah, weigh yourself in the morning when all
That's
the
what I
food
do.
is like out of
Yeah.
you.
Even then, even if you weigh yourself at night, there's times where I weighed
generally-
less at night than I did that morning, and I was like,
I generally like weigh myself at night, then I'll weigh myself in the morning 3 times just to get an average. Yeah.
That's really odd. It's really odd that you're not. I've heard that some people don't drop it.
Like
in the
I
first
tell
2
you,
weeks.
this weight I'm at right now is the weight my body wants to stay at.
Yeah.
It's like this is where I'm comfortable.
fuck, I'm not there.
My weight will fluctuate maybe like 1 pound or 2 pounds up or down, but it stays in this range unless I really try something to get rid of it. But then I've been up on my reading. I've last time we reading last time we I didn't talk about this, but I did finish Genghis Khan. Let's see.
Oh, you read that?
No, not the series you're thinking about. This is an actual history book.
Oh, lame.
I read. Sorry.
Sorry.
Did you read, or did you listen, read?
I consumed this material.
Oh, okay.
That's why he put the emphasis on read and then looked at you, Caleb.
Oh, because he was lying. Okay.
I read Genghis Khan and the Making of the Modern World, which is a great read by Jack Weatherford. It's an awesome book.
Weatherford.
I think you should read that Genghis series.
I know, I will.
It's better than the
But
Emperor
freaking
one.
the Mongols, they
Yeah, you like that
basically
Genghis?
made the modern world as it is today. I am currently in the process of reading The Immortal Irishman, and it is an awesome read as well.
Okay.
So, highly suggest those 2 books.
Yeah, I increased my Audible to two a month.
Nice. That works great for you with all the driving.
So I don't have it increased. I just have the 1 credit a month. But since I freaking read The Wheel of Time again, I already own all those books. I have like 5 unused credits right now.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So I'm up to, after this book, I'll have 16 books under my belt.
Yeah,
So
we should talk about that in a second. Caleb?
Let's see. I have not been watching very many movies, which is something I gave up on a while ago. I have watched one more recently than Joe, though I can't remember what it was.
It left an impact.
I did watch half of the 44 Minutes movie that has that one guy that's always in Michael Madsen. That's what his name is.
All right.
Yeah, me. He's in all these like B roles.
Okay.
Watched about half of that, and then I just stopped. It was on YouTube for free, and it was all right, I guess. I just didn't come back to it. So, finances, I'm doing pretty awesome right now. I just barely bought a new monitor for my computer. It's going to be higher def.
finances are better, so I just spend more money.
That's right. That's the American way. That's what I'm supporting the economy here. I'm not hoarding it away.
So how big is this monitor?
It's 23, and these are all 18. So
Nice,
it's
because I remember
it's
when I had my
bigger.
monitor, it was 23, and I'm like, take it, Caleb. But I still only had 1.
I was like, I have 36 inches of monitor.
Might as well be comparing
I was
cock
showing you,
sizes.
I was showing you that 34-inch LG curved monitor that could support 4K.
Yeah.
This looked so beautiful.
The curve, this is just ridiculous to me now.
No, see, it's like it takes place of having 2 monitors where it's more just like there around you.
Yeah, I guess I can see that, but like curved TVs, the idea behind those.
No,
is
curved
like,
TVs I don't like, but the curved monitor I understand because you're right up into it.
Yeah.
And so the curve has more effect.
I could see it because I use these 2 side by side sometimes. So, whatever.
There's
So-
a distortion that happens when you're looking at something flat. And so in movie theaters that have the curve, they're making up for that.
yeah. Well, the TVs, they say it's easier to see from the side, which I don't buy because then you just can't see the middle from the side because it bows inward.
Well, if
You're
you
like,
think about it, that's how you perceive the world all
from
the
the
time.
direct side, you're right.
Caleb, if you think about it, that's how you perceive the world all the time from your eyeballs. There's a curve, just like you have
I don't know.
square things.
Part
in
of
your
it,
head.
I think, is just that it's fancy looking.
I think it's a
They're just
gimmick,
doing it,
yeah.
yeah.
So I've been doing well on that. Still paying off my house early, very slowly, but whatever.
Well,
How many years
still
are
going?
you? How many years at your current rate?
If I did the current, I think I'd pay it off like 9 years early. So it'd be 21.
So 21 years at the current rate.
Yeah.
that's not bad.
I know,
Cameron.
but
Still,
to me,
that's good.
it's like that's Caleb as like almost.
I don't know. If
retired.
he ever increases his wage,
Hopefully.
he might. What, you going to refinance for a 15-year?
Yeah, I could.
Yeah.
I could have a 15-year right now with $1,000 a month, which is what I'm paying anyway. But it would be $1,000 every month, no matter what happens, and I don't like that. Because sometimes I don't want to put in $1,000 because I don't fucking have it. So. Yeah, I've been losing weight on the Atkins. I've lost like 10 pounds so far.
Jesus.
I haven't lost weight
How
in
do
the
you guys
last.
do that?
You just go.
I lost 26.8
Already?
pounds. Yeah.
I haven't
I
lost
don't
weight.
love on the vegetables quite like you do.
Well,
Vegetables
the hike
create-
lost me 10, and then I've lost 16.
The vegetables
point
create
whatever.
much more pleasant experiences when you. when it's time to
I
go.
imagine. No, I haven't lost weight for like 3 or 4 days though. It's kind of weird, but I'm still in ketosis. So
How often do you guys work out?
losing fat. Do you feel thinner, Cameron?
Depends on the shirt that I wear.
depends on the dryer setting I had the shirt on.
But yeah, I feel one thing I'll have to note. I haven't had to resort to caffeine as much as I usually do. So I feel like I have more energy and more ability to focus than I did without it.
You sure you're doing it right? Yeah. That was fucking trash.
No, okay,
first week and a half.
guys. The first few days I had this fog like you're talking about, then the headache was really bad. I hated it was just but then after that I felt so much better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel great now unless I need to exercise. And then I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, I never
can't.
feel like bloated in the morning with this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel my body feels like it's
I don't feel
doing what it
sluggish.
should do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just waiting for the weight
Well, it's
drop.
just because
to
you got
follow.
no sugar.
Yeah.
No sugar.
Let's see. What else do I have? I haven't really been reading. Actually, I have. I started rereading Game of Thrones again. I'm like 200 pages in.
How many times are you going to reread that?
I've only read it once through.
Oh, okay. All right. You were talking about rereading it before, and I just assumed that you would
I
read
just
it.
stopped is what happened. But I do have the ebooks at work, so I could do that as well when I'm not working on the site or playing card games.
Sounds like work.
That's right. I'm getting paid, so it's work.
So me and Caleb are planning to strike it big. Me and Caleb are going to write a book together. Yeah.
Nice.
Maybe. I might just end up writing it.
Yeah.
What's this book going to be about?
Oh, this book's going to be about things.
Yeah. I can't reveal it yet.
Things and stuff.
It's a secret. But yeah, other than that, everything's been great. I don't know.
So let's talk about the books real quick. A little bit more. So
We've already
in
discussed.
between certain sections of this podcast, Caleb, who has claimed to have read one book, it won't say what the book is.
Doesn't matter.
Caleb, who has claimed to read one book,
Manuals don't count.
got up in my face about listening to audiobooks instead of reading.
No,
And
no.
I have to keep saying to him, I have still read 7 books this
I
year.
said that was fine. I just said the other 6 weren't you reading. You're listening to it. It's different.
You are getting an idea from someone else into your head.
Okay.
Yes, it goes through a different medium.
All right.
It's your
All right.
eyes versus
Okay.
someone else reading it to you, but I feel like you can actually understand more
So
when
you
someone enunciates
listened
to you.
to the book then, because that's what that is. You're still consuming the media.
Yes.
You're still getting it in, but you
I'm
didn't
getting the
read it.
ideas, and I could write a fucking book report
You're-
about what I.
you're
All right,
hearing the
that's fine.
language.
That's fine. You
You're
heard
getting
the,
the
book.
story. You're getting the meaning. You're
I'm
getting
fine
the
with it.
intonations of it.
Right.
It's everything's the same except for the physical process of reading, which, by the way, still read 7 books.
Right.
6 more than you have.
I said that's fine.
And your picture book that you apparently read, Oh, the Places You'll Go, is Caleb's book of the year.
Green eggs and ham.
I just want you to catch up to me. I'm going to have to wait a few
Sorry,
more
what?
years.
Catch up.
Intellectually.
He's like 6
That's-
books past you.
I'm talking about the mind power here. I'm talking about the brain.
Yeah.
And if this man continues to listen to books, he'll never catch.
Oh yeah.
I want someone. I'm alone up here. I am alone, and I'm tired of being alone at the top.
Your hand should be below the
Caleb.
table, Caleb.
Caleb,
I'm talking about me, not you guys.
Caleb,
What?
we have read by far, physically read more books than you probably even seen.
I'm sure you have. Not more than I've seen.
I've read a library, okay?
I'm just saying. I'm giving him time. No, but the idea.
How much shit you were giving me, though, between these things?
No, I wasn't giving you shit
He
about the
was
ones you
given
read.
a ton of shit.
I was giving you shit saying that you read the books you listened to. You didn't fucking read them. Read, by definition, is read, not listen. You can say, I obtained the ideas through an audible format. Just like Cameron was saying. That's fine. And that still counts. I would count that as consuming it, and that would be, I experienced the Wheel of Time.
But you don't hold reading and listening on the same level. That's
no,
what it's
I
at.
don't. You didn't read the book. You listened to someone
did
else
read
read
the book.
it to you.
You didn't read the book because I read one. I read one.
I'm telling
don't
you.
know.
You're just butthurt because you don't read.
I read.
No,
I
you
just don't
listen
have
to
time.
someone else read, just like a child in his mother's arms.
I am reading 2 different books right now with my eyes.
Okay, see, that's reading.
But it's going a lot slower than listening.
I
because
know,
I
that's fucking what happens.
because I don't have time to.
I know,
open a book
neither
all
do
the time.
I'm a fast reader, so
I am
I
usually
read
too.
pretty quick, but
I am a fast reader too. I just
I've
I
read
can,
7 books.
I have to drive.
I have a full-time job and didn't take a month and a half off to hike.
I have to drive at least. Sometimes it turns out to be like 2 hours a day, and I listen.
I got 1 book read during that fucking hike, so fuck you.
I'm sorry that you didn't manage your time well enough to read. No, but it is different though, and that's all I'm saying. I still count it as I read
I'll tell you
that. or-
how much I used to read back in high school.
Still
when
mind
I had
expansion.
to walk
Yes,
home,
but-
or even when I had to walk home from Caleb's house, I would fucking pull a book out of my backpack and read while walking.
And then trip.
No,
while
I
walking.
didn't trip because I would read. I would read
I would
some
do that
words.
shit too.
I would read some words. I'd look at where I'm walking, read some words. Actually, it kind of made me good at texting and driving. Just joking. I don't do that.
I do sometimes.
No, but seriously,
You're a
I
monster.
could not put it down. I books to me were I could not put a fucking book down once I started it, and I think I've paid my reading dues. So let me fucking
reading
listen
dues.
to the books instead of trying to
Dude,
read them while
Audible
I drive.
is one of the greatest inventions ever.
I don't deny.
The audiobooks are cheap. I get to go through books that maybe I wouldn't have the patience to physically read as much as I can listen to it
And
on
see,
like 1.5
yeah.
speed and be like, oh,
No, I don't do 1.5 speed.
I do
What is
1.5.
this fucking thing?
well,
but anyways,
3 times the speed.
I do normal speed. But anyways,
I try to have it read at about the same speed that I read it,
yeah.
physically read it.
I guess I could do that, but I don't. I like the inflection. So, okay, so to me, it's more of an art than just reading it by itself because I'm very picky about the narrator too. The narrator, if he sucks, he just ruins the whole fucking book for me. I can't do it if he's monotone or if it can't do the other character voices just right.
Did you listen to Once and Future King like Joe and I did? On
No, I
Audible?
bought a physical
Oh,
copy.
he was amazing.
That guy was a fantastic narrator.
Yeah, he was.
You know who is a really good narrator?
Jim Dale.
The guy who reads the Wheel of Time series.
Oh yeah, he's pretty good.
He has individual voices for every character that when you hear him talk, it sounds like he's just talking, but you know who it is without him saying who it is. Perrin has his own way he talks. Rand has his own. Everyone has their own way. And it's just like he has perfected the narrating art. And it makes a big difference. It's like the art of a storyteller where he pulls you into the story with the dulcet tones of his voice. But then the Kate Redding starts reading the girl parts and you're just like,
Maybe that's why I don't like those parts.
it's
Her-
a half.
no, but she's good though.
She's good, but she's not. It's like, but when you
Cam
compare,
doesn't like her as much,
when you compare her to him,
which he always does.
when you compare her to him, it's just the difference is palpable. But she does. She's the best girl reader. I tried to listen to the Insurgent series. I could not do it. She made everyone sound like an angsty teenager, and it's just
Yeah,
it's too
I
much.
read those. No,
I had to
no
stop.
need listen.
I had to stop. I couldn't do it. And so I am actually, not only am I getting a book's information, but I'm enjoying a work of art. So therefore it should count as 2 points.
What do you guys feel? What do you guys feel about Caleb Schweiss here being the end all be all as far as intelligence is concerned? What do you guys feel about that?
It's
think
a
it-
fucking lie.
I think each one of us probably thinks we're the smartest out of the group, except for Caleb, unless he's truly in denial.
I
No.
don't believe I'm the smartest.
I think you're declaring
honestly
that-
believe that Joe is the smartest one here.
I think you declaring that fits right up
I do
your
have a
alley,
big
though.
ego, so just
I know
He
that he
has a
does,
fair
and
huge
saying
ego.
that out loud hurts me on the inside as much as you guys can possibly imagine.
What is intelligence versus
But-
knowing a lot about what interests you?
That's not what intelligence is. Your ability to learn.
No, okay?
Are we going to have to do a hog IQ test?
no.
No.
Jesus.
Joe, the reason I believe that he is the smartest is because he constantly is trying to look up information on everything that he reads, that he watches, everything. He searches for information, and that is something that not all of us do.
I do it too.
That's fair.
That's pretty much up
And-
my alley.
and you just are not smarter, dude. You just aren't.
I say that's fair, but that isn't what makes people intelligent.
I can say there are multiple facets of intelligence, and you're going to get
Yeah.
into this, and you can look up the Wikipedia page on ways to measure intelligence. There's crystallized intelligence, and then there's the intelligence that's measured by IQ tests. So the way that your mind thinks, it's faster or something than someone else. I do not, in that respect, I don't have that. Mathematically, I can't think very quickly. However, I do have a lot of crystallized intelligence.
Yeah, it's knowing stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, we
If it's
both
just
know a ton of
knowing
stuff
stuff.
that
But for
doesn't
me,
matter.
knowing stuff is more important than
It
your
is.
ability to.
It is, because
like
if you
this.
don't use the ability to go quick, there's no
I
point.
mean, I appreciate your compliment, and I'm not gonna.
Anyways, people think of us as a collective mind anyway,
Yeah,
so it's all
there
of
you
our
go.
intelligence is in the main pool. And who's the queen then? That Joe
But-
would be the queen. He's the queen of the collective mind.
Yeah. I'm gonna eat the cookie.
The fuck are we talking about?
I have
The
no
circle
idea.
of mind.
Because we are the collective right now.
Yeah.
It's all of our
How does a
intelligence is into
cookie
one.
get involved
I don't
into
know.
a
Yeah,
collective?
what's a cookie?
It's-
You really wanted a cookie, apparently, and that's what
The
happened.
thing that pisses me off the most, I just assumed Caleb Craig would think he was the smartest, but thank you, Caleb.
No,
Craig.
I don't.
The thing that pisses me off the most is, despite me reading 7 books this year and you reading 1 mysterious book,
It was an Ayn Rand book.
is that why you don't want to bring
Shrugged?
it up?
No, it wasn't.
I would be impressed by how many pages Atlas Shrugged is.
I haven't read that one yet. I don't know if I will.
Have listened to it
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How come you didn't say red? Have you changed your
because
mind?
it pleases you, and I am a
You're
pleaser.
trying to please him now.
I'm not a pleaser.
Wow.
Gonna bend over.
So my
Reddit.
thing is, it just what's the script? There's a biblical passage about something about don't look at the needle in someone else's eye without first the beam in your own eye or some shit like that.
No, it's
Come on, Cameron.
it's like don't try to cast the mote out of someone else's eye when there's a beam in yours.
Yes.
Is the gist of it.
So, you listen to 7 books, or you listen to 6 books, huh?
No, I was just saying.
I read 7 also. You're like, well, I read 1.
Right, and I'm fine with that.
read book. I read book. I did with my eyeball.
You know, and if you were talking to somebody in normal conversation, you wouldn't be like, "Oh yeah, I listened to 6 books and then I read 6 books." You'd just be
Why?
like, "I read 13 books."
Yeah.
Right.
Like that
but-
is what you would just say, and that is what he said, and then you were like, "No, you listened to him,"
But by
and then he had to
definition-
clarify.
But by definition, it's not reading.
Yeah, but you didn't have to bring that up.
But I did because I know he listens to
Isn't
a lot
that a
of
sign
books.
of like some sort of like something going on when you can't just like let a little detail go?
Anal retentive? I value the English language that I enjoy to speak and read. Yes, no, I'm serious.
That's what he
why
done do.
Why are you embarrassed that you read an Ayn Rand?
I'm not embarrassed. I was just fucking with you guys.
Oh, okay.
But no,
Really green eggs and ham.
well, that was book 2, but no, it just is different. But I mean, I would still consider it, doing the series. If you listen to the whole Wheel of Time, I would respect your opinion of the series. It's not like it doesn't count. It's just not physically reading.
Yeah, it's not physically reading.
But you have still read more books than me. You're right. I can't deny that. So, I mean, it doesn't even really matter what I think because I haven't read.
Just a new hog status for the book reading.
Yeah,
How many books did you read last year again?
Not too many.
No? I believe the number was 0, wasn't it?
Well, I did read textbooks.
Did you
count.
crack it open in?
Did you read
beginning to end?
every page of the
I
textbook?
think on one of them I did,
Well, then I would count that.
but
If you actually
used to
did
do that with
I would
textbooks when I was
fucking
bored.
kill myself.
yeah, it was a science one, so it was still fun. But
Okay.
no, that is an interesting thing though, like how to measure intelligence. I didn't realize they had 2 separate things for it. I always thought that.
I think there's actually 3 different things because
Well,
you have
crystallized intelligence is stuff like you would get in a Trivial Pursuit game.
Okay,
A person with a lot of crystallized intelligence would be able to answer those.
Okay, and that then you fucking win because once we go to movie trivia, there's no way.
Well,
But then there's the IQ intelligence, but then there's also people who are emotionally intelligent, and those people excel with like diplomatic things and salespeople and stuff like that. So
I'm not sure if you can measure emotional intelligence, but I know what you're
but
talking
it's a
about.
thing. If you look it up, emotional intelligence, it's something that you can rate. Some people are extremely emotionally intelligent, whereas they're average everywhere else.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell people's emotions. I don't know. It's like
Well,
really
it's not,
well.
it's just like being able to relate to someone really well emotionally to either your
It's like
gain or their
measuring
gain.
your empathy.
I think I can do that. I think I'm
No,
charismatic.
you're an asshole.
No, I'm very charismatic. Think about it. Think about all the friends that we have that are very religious that still hang out with me. Maybe not now for some reason, but like TJ and them, there were a lot of them that still really enjoyed me, even though I swore I
They
did all the
enjoyed
stuff
me.
that they hated.
Well, it's because you were part of the group.
No,
man.
it's
You
because
have
I'm a
no choice.
likable person. That's why.
But Joe
I'm an-
Joe is an ass.
Joe.
Yeah.
It's different. You just go about it in a different way, a less
But if you have to
emotional
look at the
way.
examples we just gave, they don't have very much on the other end of friends either. So
Yeah. Well, I don't know. That's why it's weird. I do think that both are very useful because it's useful to be able to pick something up really quick and do it. But it's also useful to just have a bunch of information on something,
I know.
unless
Things-
it's completely irrelevant, I guess. But
Yeah, that's fair.
yeah,
Either way, I read way more books than you. You should catch up.
yeah, maybe I will.
Yeah.
need to.
It's funny though that we have like a million different things we're doing, and a lot. The podcast, honestly, guys, it takes up a lot of our time.
Oh, there's so much. That's why I haven't read. It's because I'm gaming too much.
Playing video games used to be fun.
now it's still fun. In fact, the best thing about playing video games is talking about it after.
I know that is that aspect of really enjoying something and then relating to someone about it. It makes it that much better. But it's just like I have to do all these different things and I have to beat this game on time, and then it's hard to then make time to play other games that you want to play.
Okay,
or
Cameron,
to read, or
Yeah,
me and Caleb have 2 games at a time we have to beat.
exactly. Exactly. If I had that, I'd just be like, fuck, I can't even think about catching up to Caleb.
Yeah. It's kind of, I don't know. I love doing the podcast and I love playing the games as well, but then sometimes it does suck your time out and you're going,
I'll tell you,
we have a schedule. People are going to be pissed if we don't get the game on time.
Right.
So it's not
And
like we
then-
can just take our time.
But
It's
then
like
I've noticed
a
something
retro
personally.
RPG show. It's like
I've
they
noticed
just play it
something
whenever they want.
Personally, is when you play a game to review it, you are looking at it in a whole different way. To me, when I used to play Fallout 3, I'd just like fuck around, I'd have fun and not really like pay attention to certain things. But now I'm paying attention to what the NPCs say, how they say it, with the music, how everything kind of fits together. And I'm looking for tidbits and stories and funny things to talk about. And so I think I'm actually gathering more now out of the video game than I used to, but I'm playing it slower than I used to at the same time.
all right, I can see that.
It's
Wow.
because now we're becoming critics, Cam, and that's exactly what critics do when they play games.
Yeah, and that's why.
They can't just play it to enjoy it anymore. They got to look.
Yeah,
Don't you put that on me.
I don't
Take
know.
that
I'm
back.
enjoying
I'm not a
Doom
critic.
a lot.
Yeah, Doom's amazing.
Yeah.
So.
I enjoy Destiny a lot too. Caleb's been trying to get me to get the Taken King thing.
should.
And I'm just like,
That's why I wanted to do the book club thing, though. It's because we're all into reading, and you know what? We all have similar tastes, and we would read because there's a deadline. Supposedly, we should read.
I don't know why that book killed me, but it did. Did
killed
you read
me
my
too.
write-up? Did you like that little excuse
So
thing I put in?
we should probably explain what the write-up is. We have this new website that we're working on, and it's almost done. Now there is a section. We had a failed podcast at one point called the Pseudo Intellectuals Book Club, and it was quickly gone from iTunes after about 2-3 months. So
Yeah.
where we were just like, Cameron's never going to read The Once and Future King.
I just couldn't. I don't know
Dude,
why.
it was so good.
I
It was
didn't
good,
enjoy it.
and I felt like with 3 people, if it were just me and the Caleb's, dude. Just like there has to be at least 4 people. In
Yeah,
fact, if
for
there were
something like
more, it'd be
that.
better.
I think now I could, since I'm more disciplined in the podcast world, I think I could jump in on it. But I don't know why I don't know why I could read fucking The Tale of Two Cities, but I couldn't read The Once and Future King.
Dude, The Tale of Two Cities.
I could read that, but not this other one.
Well, that and you're gonna win through 6 Wheel of Time books and somehow
Yeah,
can't listen
One
to
of your
Once and
books
Future
that you
King.
should get for your Audible should be Once and Future King. You should get it.
the guy
and
is
listen
pretty
to it.
awesome.
The
so.
guy is amazing, and it is one of my favorite books.
but it's
now.
like I already own the book. Why waste a credit on something that I own?
Because the book cost you $1.
True. It was a pretty fucked up copy too.
and it was something that you never read, so
Yeah, there you go.
No, you might as well.
I guess
I thought it was Tagana. I think we were going to continue on.
Tagana was going to be our next
Tagana
one.
was after, but we didn't record.
you guys
Right,
recorded
yeah.
Shogun though.
Yeah,
We did.
Tagana was us 3 while he was behind.
Oh yeah,
On Once and
Tagana
Future
killed
King.
me. I couldn't read Tagana. It
I
was
got
super
about
boring.
halfway through it.
I think we should. I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't read
Should
so
just plow
many,
through it.
so many like
Epic fantasy books? Yeah, I know.
Unless we just do a series where we know, okay, this is going to take me some time. I have to read.
No, I think we steered away from series just because of that.
Yeah. I kind of miss that we were not doing that podcast, but at the same time, I have Nude
But
Clan
let's
right now.
let's throw that. Yeah, let's throw that up. Let's see what our listeners say. If they want us to do the book club, then maybe we can think about putting it out.
longer
We would
span
have to,
between episodes.
It
A
would-
once a month podcast type.
Caleb
thing.
would have to read.
I don't mind reading if there's a reason.
If there's a reason for me to.
Well, see, that's the thing is,
Couldn't you listen to it at work?
No, I actually have to do like technical stuff
So you'd have to do
when
like,
work happens. So I can't.
Just
I
press
can't do it.
pause and stop playing frickin' board
Well, then you
games.
could read it on your the text document.
I
right?
read text document. Yeah, I'm
you
fine
can
with
do
that.
that.
The reading is one thing. The listening is the problem with it. Is I'll just get into the zone and I'll like start trying to work, and then I can't do both because I'm trying to like help people with their fucking problems while listening to this guy talking about this story, and I'm like, I'm not dedicating enough time to either of them. So I don't know. Maybe I need to get like a second job as like a delivery boy so I can just have like 4 hours a day where I can listen.
Or just live a fuck
then
far
sleep
away
for
from
2.
your work, a fuck ton of distance between you and work, and sit
Yeah.
here in the car all day long, and then traffic, and then you get to pay a buttload in gas because your car only gets maybe about like 17 in city, and that's basically what the highway is with all the fucking construction.
That sounds horrible, but I
Yeah,
could
do
probably
it.
do a lot of
Try
listening. No, I think it would be fun to do it again, but we'd have to do something different. I don't know. We'd have to not do the big ass books for a little bit.
Well, yeah, it's hard when 2 of you guys are. Three of you guys. 3 out of 4 of us are really into giant fantasy books.
That is true. It does
Right?
make it tough.
Yeah,
I think I like the idea of expanding the reading realm. That's why I've shifted my own personal reading into more of history and actual things that happened.
I enjoy reading,
just so I could have more
1Q84.
crystallized knowledge. Because I can give you guys a dissertation on the Mongols and how they've changed the world to what it is today. And
Congratulations.
yeah, so
Did you
Let's do
did
that.
you check out that podcast I told you to check out?
the science one,
The Heritage Podcast.
the Heritage Podcast. No, I have not.
Obviously not. This is not about science so far.
I've been keeping up with Dan Carlin though. He's awesome.
I haven't been keeping up. His podcast episodes are like 4 hours long, and I'm like,
Oh yeah,
I
his
can't
hardcore
fucking
history.
download this.
But he has one podcast. He comes out more often with Common Sense. He just talks about current world issues.
Yeah, I know. I've heard Common Sense as well.
I like that a lot.
I'm not as big of a fan of Common Sense as I
I
am
sometimes
of the
listen
history
to
one.
Fat Man on Batman.
Yeah, I listen to him as well when he's talking about something that I
Putting
like.
in there that I have one podcast I listen to every once in a while.
All right. Well, this has gone off topic and long enough. Thank you guys for listening. We will see you next week.
Enjoy the nude.
May the list go on.
Live always in the nude.
Fuck off.
Yeah!